Avast and ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your freshly vaccinated DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me the motherload of pleasure to welcome you once again to Corsair's Cove, an Ep10 of my new story in my Humlewood world of monsters and magic. Above me, I have me hearty crew. The impermeable Nikolai Kravchenko, the impish Lux Towns, the immodest Karen Schlink, and the improbable Brendan Ellis. We should also shout out our immortal artist, Daria, who created our character art and our chat emotes. And we've got some new ones up there for you, you cheeky little, We've got
you didn't say those new emotes.
There's new emotes. You love them, you do. We've got the Kesh Wave and the Featherheart. So check those ones out, you subscribers, you naughty, cheeky little subscribers, you. Subs are very welcome and we love you, yeah. Brendan, what do you reckon? Eric's little feather there.
It's very cute. I think, every other one is a headshot of them waving or doing a thing, but I think that one is very appropriate for Eric.
We'll get one of Eric's head in as well. Some point, but yeah, I think like one for each first. We've got a couple. We've got a Nat 20 and a Nat 1 coming up. Those are the next ones. Anyway, let's talk about these wonderful people. Let's talk about Nikolai. Nikolai, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I'm Nikolai. I'm a robot on the internet.
Oh, did you check the verify box, Nikolai?
I got around it. There's tricky ways. They always ask if there's traffic cones in the picture, and my self-learning algorithm has learned what traffic cones are. I'm a role player. I'm on Roll for Damage and Corsair's Cove. I'm gonna be finishing my one-shot next week.
Woo!
I remember this time.
And Karen will be in
Eternal Nights. It is a noir-themed, like detective fantasy story. So come around and give that a watch.
Is that on the Wednesday?
It is.
That is on the day, one of the days, the first of the next month.
That is a Wednesday, yes.
That is
Right.
this coming
That
Wednesday.
is Wednesday.
I've been informed that it is Wednesday.
And because it's the 1st of December, Christmas jewelry.
Oh god. Yes. And right, let's continue on. Lux, tell me who the heck you are.
Hello, I am Lux, and I'm an Australian Perth-based actor, theatrical, thespian, and all that jazz, creator of all things wonderful. And I regularly do some streaming on here, hopefully some more in the future. And I also perform on the stage, a bunch of fringe things and a bunch of musicals. So at the moment, I'm coming up next week. I've got Little Women, the musical. I know it's a musical, and I am not a little woman, so that's very interesting. And come and see why that is interesting.
Yeah, right. At least half of what the title is completely inaccurate.
That's it.
At least.
At least.
All right. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
I am a heckin' writer and performer and puppeteer. I've used that my art slut moniker for a while. An art slut. I just slut around the art scene. I do lots of art stuff indiscriminately. Speaking of, if you want to keep up to date on all that art slut stuff, you can follow me on Twitter as a Mother of Buddies, or my Bella Sculptor ego, Miss Lelamore, on Instagram, because I refuse to maintain both performers across both platforms. You can also hear my lovely voice in the D&D 5e podcast, There Be Dragons, where I voice Ryland Westfall, the badass dragonborn soldier who had a heck of a time at our last recording session, and I have yet to forgive the DM. But if you feel like doing something nice for... only that I can't say. We're not up to it yet in the story.
I'm really struggling to remember. Yeah, it was
Remember
a big
we
session
kind
all
of
up.
looked from one place to another place, and there were people in the other place
that
relevant to my backstory.
Yeah.
And I was very upset, and you were all being like,
yeah, I think it was
about it.
significantly less impactful for me because I didn't care about any of those people. Yeah.
Like if our paths cross and it really feels like the DM wants them to, I really
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like I have been gently scooted over to this
Oh,
interaction, and
and-
I'm just like, I wanted to have this interaction, but when I had the high ground,
Yeah, Scanner's got your back, but he just doesn't give a shit about these people.
Yeah,
He only cares because Rylan cares. Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, but if you want to do something nice for me today, I and a couple of friends of mine are working on a shark film. And we made the top 20 in the actor film pitch competition. And we are currently waiting to hear if we have made the top 8. We haven't heard yet. But if you would like to support the project, you can go and follow Dead Point the Film on Instagram and Facebook. Links are in chat. And Birdie the Dirt Shark will love you forever.
Yeah. Brendan, who the absolute heck are you?
Karen, are you? Oh, she's okay. I was worried. Hello, I'm Brendan Ellis. I am an actor and director here in Perth. I currently have God shining down on me today, so that's super cool. I am Brensa in chat, in here, and also sometimes on the Monday shows where I'm shit posting now. That's my new job. And also in this chat, to be perfectly fair. I also will be in Fringe. Look out for Perth Playback Theatre. We're an improvisational company that uses your stories to propel our art, and it is very cool. So look forward to that.
Yeah, links in chat. And Mesdames et Messieurs, Damen und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me all over the place. Like Karen said before, art slut. I'll take that moniker as well. It's definitely true for me as well. Yeah, I go around and I do art everywhere, and I just slut my artsy self around. I perform on Roll for Damage on Monday nights where I DM the Humlewood. I am in Fringe in Paparotica. I am producing 2 other Fringe shows as well. AJ's Box coming again, and The Jungle in Here by Maddie Mullins. Yes, I will be doing all of those things and probably more besides because I'm an idiot. Other than that, yeah, you can find me in There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Feldspar and his little dragon, Rush. So, guys, what the heck happened last week? Who's gonna tell me?
It is I am going to tell you. Oh, so last week we left off. We woke up. I believe that's in the tavern, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody please correct me. Just after arriving into the town of the coastal town of, and the name escapes me.
Voltaire's Point, and I will correct you. You were in the Coast Guard's offices.
The Coast Guard's offices. Were we?
Yes, we were just going to speak to Ferris.
Ferris
Yeah.
Timbale. That's the one.
Of course.
You went to a tavern or 3 later, but yes.
We did later. We did. Yes. So we first needed to meet up with him to talk to him about a few little things that are going on. We told him that we saw the little beastie, and he told us that it had killed 7 ships, but unfortunately he was lying, and we don't know why he did that. So we accepted. No, he was lying. I've made my mind up. Yeah.
It's more dramatic that way, Josh. Let it go.
And we're going to kill him. Just FYI.
Wow.
Always
no.
assume
Wait, what?
malice rather than ignorance.
I actually was operating under that assumption. I'm just happy to be proved wrong occasionally.
Are we about to become murder hobos, guys? We've been resisting so hard.
What do you mean about to become?
Kesh resents that implication. very
First we destroy this town, and then we
And then
take
the
the
world.
airship, and then we're good.
Wait. This is taking a turn.
Lord.
Sorry, Lux, save us.
Yes, please continue.
Yes, excellent. So he told us a bit about what we had to expect, and that whether or not we'd be ready to depart for our little journey tomorrow. So we had to do a bunch of preparation in order to do that. Javier branched off. Wait, was this when we interacted with the kids first. So no, we didn't do that. That was the last one.
You went and
Okay.
talked to the kid, yeah, and then you
Yeah,
went and investigated your thing.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. So we were told to. Well, no, we thought we'd talk to a few of the people who were victims or so survivors. Sorry, survivors of the attacks on the boats. So we went and did that, and I, with Javier and Eric, went and saw the little boy. He was a
Little
little
seaman.
pigeon. Little seaman.
Young Michael.
Young Michael, and young Michael, he was a good boy. He told us everything that we needed to know, and we didn't actually have to investigate anymore. I'm kidding. He said a little bit, like to look out for the glowing eyes, but mostly it was really nice for Javier to see a little child and interact with such elegant youth. And Eric just kind of stood back and watched Javier do that. And then all of a sudden they decided to go back because meanwhile that was happening, sorry, my brain is fried and I've just had a stroke somehow. So meanwhile that was happening, the other two were going and seeing another woman, quite a suspicious woman, and saw that
Madame
she owned a shop.
Silvestri.
Madame Silvestri, what a wonderful name. Madame Silvestri, she had a bunch of odds and ends in her shop, I believe, and she had what's that, sorry?
Dukes.
She had books, and she was wonderfully helpful in telling them all about this brand new magical artifact that can be found at the bottom of the sea if we so ever wish to divert to that path while we were out not killing, spoilers, not killing a Wakewyrm. So once they'd have a little chat about that, also letting them know that we are in fact criminals, and letting them apart from that, I think then we proceeded to have a few drinks and non-alcoholic beverages as well after conferring. Then Javier went off and had a quiet little moment with Gilda, and he was told to bring a deodand, which he did not bring, but he is going to find one probably, and a deodand is a little object in which has been involved in someone's death. So Javier's looking forward to that death, that is.
Is it bad that my brain just went, you just have to tell Arthur that's what you want and he'll clonk someone on the head for you?
And that's absolutely fine.
You
Well,
could just
actually,
take his hammer.
Well,
Yeah, all sorts.
So, well, actually, no. Arthur's hammer wouldn't qualify. It has to be an inanimate object that has, through no direct human action or person's action, killed the thing.
Yeah, true.
So Arthur's hammer has killed many things, but usually because Arthur has been swinging it at them, so it wouldn't really qualify. The object itself has to be responsible for the death, not the person using it.
I think Arthur would argue that
Blaming
he
the
was
hammer
controlled by
for
a force
Arthur's-
greater than himself.
Beautiful.
You maybe the alcohol.
But I'm sober now.
Sorry, Lux. Continue.
No, it's
You
fine.
do it.
I'm just as lost, so it's fine. Essentially, after he had his little meeting with Gilda, letting him know how to potentially resurrect bodies without them being all gangly zombies and stuff, he decided to come back. Oh, and yeah, she brought the Necronomicon, and
The Necronomicon.
exactly, that's the Nomicon is the
it's the
Humlewood.
Stop
noodles.
it, you're making me hungry.
The Decepticon?
Decepticon. Yeah, that is it. Anyway, after having a look at that and teasing him with that, she left, but not before telling Javier to be careful, like a good little grandson. And then Javier went back. Nobody suspected a thing. They had some dinner and some drinks and then went to bed. In the morning, they woke up and they decided to head down to the boat area. That's the official term. And then they boarded the ship, no questions asked, and everything was. I can't remember what happened, man. We went on the boat, and then we went out, and then we didn't kill the Wakewyrm, but.
Eric did have a conversation with the Wakewyrm.
Yeah, so we went out to sea. We spent ages. We prepped. We got some water walking. We got water breathing. We had so much preparation. We had all the things on board that we needed. We were like, yes, we're going to do this. It's going to be great. And then we didn't need any of it. So that was awesome. We made friends with the captain, who seemed very keen on killing the Wakewyrm. We learned about the pirate after the fact. So on this gloomy night, we could see it come. It was fucking huge, size of a boat. I'm pretty sure we were going to die if we even tried. But
I didn't say that.
No, I did. I'm saying. But then we managed. So Eric managed to talk it down with some superb rolls and some great role playing in use of animal beast speech. Yeah,
But with
and
animals,
yeah, beautiful. And talked it down, said that we have 5 moons because Wakewyrms know about how the stars and time works.
Down with the lunar cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what else did we do?
that was about it, really. That was.
The worm told us that it had been destroying ships because it had lost its baby.
That's the reason. I kind of lost that, and I was like, you know what? He's just a bad worm. I'm kidding. For some reason, I had a stroke, and I completely forgot what we did last week.
I really enjoyed that you volunteered to do the recap, and then we're like,
I did.
Oh shit, I cannot remember it.
That's fine. Nobody stopped me. It's fine. I'll just keep going.
It was great. Thank you for doing
I wanted
it.
to empower you.
So
Be in charge of your own bad decisions.
long story short, we are going to go kill the pirate, and then finally take over a ship.
Oh. Scops the Beast Tamer is the name of the pirate in question. And yeah, you're going to hang out, going to see if you can't figure it out. You did sail past a place called Tideswell Cove.
Yes, Tideswell Cove.
And someone, I think it was Kesh, heard like scary, haunted singing from there a little bit, maybe. And Kesh was like, "Oh, that's scary," and remarked on it to somebody else. Her gunner mate, scary. As I recall. And the gunner was like, "Yeah, Captain," and the captain's like, "Yeah, don't, let's not spread that shit around, mates." And so they kept all stum about it, but. Captain Vilnius has suggested that you go back to Tideswell Cove because if Scops the Beast Tamer is around and a big monster baby has been kept, that's probably where it's going to be. So that's where you're heading now. Excellent. Well, I must also remind our classy, stylish, and possibly even well-bred audience to please like, follow, and subscribe. Possibly, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. To all the things, you bloody champions. We've got all the socials. And we've got all of our back episodes up on YouTube as well. The YouTube. D-Rab is definitely pedigree. Certainly well-bred. Highly bred. You were thoroughbred, D-Rab, absolutely.
And I eat a lot of bread.
Yes. Well, mateys, may your vessels be... I do actually. I need to make a clarification on the whole moons thing. We're talking about the 5 moons, 10 moons... you have 5 days. That is what the worm meant. But, as has been noted, there are 2 moons in the Humlewood. The largest is called Titan, which is the name of one of the Amaranthines as well. He is the moon. The moon and he are the same thing. And Ardea is the sun. They are the 2, the father and mother god. However, there is a second moon called Brecton. Which is, I'll admit, been inconsistent about. Whenever people mention a single moon, they mean Titan. Specifically, unless they specify, because Brecton is not always visible. Due to its size and orbit, it is often not able to be seen at night. It's a much smaller moon. It's not round. It's an asteroid, like a big rocky lumpy shape. So yeah, Brecton is a different kind of moon, and it has a very, it's got a very elliptical orbit, which means it doesn't always show. Anyway, mateys, may your vessels be well maintained, and all your negotiations with sea monsters be successful, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humlewood. Well, where we left the party, Eric had just talked a huge Wakewyrm into not killing them all, and Captain Vilnius had voiced his suspicion that the Scops, the beast tamer and infamous pirate poacher, may be behind the disappearance of the Wakewyrm's child, so an altogether groovy situation to be in. You are now headed back to Tideswell Cove, the suspected hideout of Scops. Given the prevailing wind and the travel time, Vilnius says that it'll take about 6 hours to get back to Tideswell Cove, and you'll probably arrive a little after sunup.
Would it be possible? I mean, it's close to midnight, isn't it? And I haven't slept. Would it be possible for us to delay that arrival a little bit, Captain?
Oh, certainly. Yeah, we can take a circuitous route.
I mean, I don't want to speak for all of us. Chief, what do you think?
No, sleep is good. I do like sleep, and if we are about to encounter a dangerous pirate, we should probably do it well rested. So if we could take slightly longer to get there, so everyone's had a chance to rest, that would probably be for the best. So we can go in fresh and energized, and hopefully not die. Everyone
Hopefully.
okay with not dying?
I'm okay with not dying.
Fantastic. Love it.
Just letting you know.
I love it when my ideas are popular. Though I found that not dying always tends to kind of cut the mustard for most people.
It's a crowd pleaser.
Very well. Do you have anything else that you would like to do other than a long rest?
Yes.
Cash would like to find a quiet corner to hyperventilate for a little while.
Yeah, if anyone goes up to the crow's nest, they will see very deep scratch marks
Where Eric's hands were.
Talons had been gripping onto the railing. Yeah, I would like to just take Captain Vilnius aside.
Sure.
Watch
up.
Nothing, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. What's up, Jack? That's a different voice entirely.
This is by the by, really. Thank you for your smooth sailing, and I'm glad the crew had their itchy trigger fingers under control.
Josh.
You mentioned before, yes, you mentioned before that one of your ex-crewmates had gone off to marry in Brackenmill. Was that right?
Yes.
That's great news.
Miriam.
Miriam.
What's her name?
That's
Josh is
great.
Pretty confident.
Who was the lucky person? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know the fella's name. Yeah, Miriam. There we are. Yeah, she was a Corvum. And I don't know the fella's name exactly, but yeah. Why? Do you have Do you have family out that way?
Oh well, the Corvum bloodlines kind of tend to mill around that point. I thought it might have been, a second or third cousin or something. Well, good for her.
Possibly Shadow something surname.
Sure. Yeah, I think I know the family. Well, great. They never invite me to anything, of course. Those darn rascals. Well, that's very good to know. Congratulations to Miriam. Hurrah.
Yes.
Good night. And Eric leaves.
You put stuff out there in front of me, man. I am going to pick it up.
I hope so.
Cool. Anybody else want to do or say anything else, or we have a long rest and I'll progress the story with what I've written down?
Real quick, Arthur's just going to undergo a costume change. He's going to find a flowing white tunic, tight
Yes.
breeches, and a tricorn hat.
Amazing. I'll have to call Dario about that. All right. So where we left the oh no, I've already done that bit. The first rays of dawn light you as you make your way back up on deck after probably a fitful night's rest. I can't imagine any of you have slept terribly well, but you are mechanically long rested, if not well rested. Can you make me perception checks, please?
Cheeky perception check to kick off the morning.
Anyone in the crow, goose, or moose nest would have advantage.
I got a 15.
I probably would be back in the crow's nest if no one else
Very well.
was.
22.
Ooh.
Oh, blasted things, not now.
Hey.
Okay. Maybe I just need to be all the way scrolled down to the bottom. Fine, I'll do that. That sounds fun. 27, Eric. That's a nat 20? Yeah, okay.
That's a nat 20.
I'm really glad you can't roll higher than
Well done.
27. Yeah, you all see, when you look out to sea, you see the distinctive
see,
white
see,
stone
see?
cliffs of the Talon coast. Much like Dover, there is a high chalk content here. Most likely a welcome sight after the night's encounter. You also, all of you, spot a sail off the starboard bow. A sizable vessel. At least the same size as your own. She is underway, and as you watch, she brings her bow around towards you. Eric, from your position up in the moose's nest, you can spot when a shout goes up. You can make the shout of other lookouts saying, "Oh, they can see it too." Basically, you can make out a black flag on the masthead, featuring a pair of crossed shepherd's crooks. Beyond this, I would say, Javier, you can see Tideswell Cove itself. Boats aren't really a thing, so you're looking more at the land. You can make out, there is someone has clearly taken up residence. The structure has been built, a structure has been built across the mouth of the cave. A collection of walkways and piers, cranes and bridges. Some new, some worn with age. What appears suspiciously new, however, is a large gate structure creating an artificial lagoon within the cave.
Land ho.
What are you calling a hoe?
Thank you.
We're at sea.
Pirates? Are those pirates? Pirates.
Vilnius shouts out, "That's the Thornmail, Scops' ship. What do we do?" So
Captain.
Right. Pirate ball raiding party thing, yeah? Come
I've
on,
got the rope.
They have made you, they are heading towards you as well.
Are the odds are that the second they're in range, they're going to shoot at us?
Eric, now you're looking at it, I will let that carry over. Eric, you can see someone is running up a series of flags up the bowsprit. There's the line between the masthead and the bowsprit. You run message flags up so you can communicate at long distance. However, Eric, you probably don't know what the heck they mean.
Is there a crewmate up here with me or someone on the rigging somewhere that can... what's that? What does that mean?
They sort of squint out. In actual fact, they get out the little telescope they've got there. Actually, no, I think I said that there were no telescopes in this world. So
Yes.
they do not do that. But they squint. It's a raptor. They have very good eyesight. She squints out and says, "Captain, she's asking for parley."
parlay.
Vilnius looks to you guys.
Could it be a trick? Or would they never ask that in jest? I'm not really all that familiar with pirates.
Of course it's a trick. It's pirates.
Yeah, but isn't parlay meant to be like this really noble thing that they would never abuse? Or am I just, projecting?
Chief,
Well-
it's your call. I can call lightning down on their butts whenever you want me to.
We can literally burn the ship to the ground.
Well, that's good to know. Well, shall we assume their intentions are honourable and
Your call, Chief.
best? Oh God, I hate it when it's my call and my wrong call means we all die horribly.
Ah,
Vilnius does look over and says, "One captain to another. She doesn't outgun us.
Okay. Well
She
then.
probably matches us in guns. That's probably why he wants to talk. The assault sprayer is known to be a fast ship, and he would know what it looks like. Just as I know the Thornmail, he knows my ship too.
Right.
We're a match for him, but it'd be a good fight.
Okay.
I'm up for it if you are, Major."
Well then, let us proceed on the assumption that they are acting with honourable intent.
I'm
But-
not going to assume he's going to be honourable, but I'll assume that he wants
let's
to talk.
assume he's not going to immediately blow us out of the water. So
Let's do
I
that.
suggest we should be ready to blow him out of the water if that turns out to not be the case or situation change rapidly.
If he wanted to try and fool us, he wouldn't have had a flag. He wouldn't have been flying his colors.
That is a good point.
You are
DM.
flying the color of the Coast Guard, and they have a black flag up. Yes.
What's the distance between their ship and ours?
You're probably about 2/3 of a mile away at the moment, but that is decreasing fairly rapidly.
Yeah.
It is worth noting. In fact, sorry, can I get another perception check? This is something totally different. It's not even really looking for a looking thing. The
So no
bird folk-
advantage?
The bird folk would have advantage.
Oh, good. I got a nat 1.
Are you sure the
I'm
raccoon
gonna
who
take that.
also rolled a 1 does not have advantage?
Don't worry, Eric's got you covered.
Oh, great. Kesh is not having a
Arthur's
good
so
day.
focused.
Arthur is like, I'm getting ready for this
Arthur's
fight.
just like, I want to. I'm naval battle. Naval battle.
Up for this. Yeah, he
I'm just
is a
giving
bird.
you a massage, like in the wings. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Eric,
Doesn't feel very okay.
you're not a seaman yourself, but you are attuned as a bird. You are attuned to the wind, and you are aware that Stops has the wind. He has the weather gauge. If he wanted to get away, he could have.
He's making a point of not getting away. He could have lost us.
Okay.
Vilnius says, "Oh, he's got the wind."
He also has potentially a baby worm, which he is guarding, like, so.
We are heading towards his cove. Yeah. I think probably a valid point. Let's go and see what the bastard wants.
Just be
Okay,
ready, okay?
I'm really curious now. Let's have a chat to this fellow. I want to get his measure.
Very well.
How many of us are going to parlay with him? Should it just be you, Chief, and the rest of us stay on, or how
there
is
a
this
lot-
normally?
Yeah. I'm
I
going
would
to tend
be
to.
very reluctant to let yourself get onto his vessel. I say we stay a little abeam of him and shout.
I
I
do
do
have a
have
very loud voice under the
Walking on
correct
water,
circumstances.
so we could walk to him.
Yes, but the sea is quite choppy.
Let's shout at first, and then if that proves inefficient, we can reassess.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. As the other ship pulls alongside her port to your starboard, you notice a few more details about this vessel the closer it gets. Now that you're closer, it is clearly rigged for a rumble. Though where your ship has harpoons, this one has a trio of small catapults. that look to be mounted on rotating platforms. They're presumably quite flexible. You could load nets, hurtful scattershot, or lumps of solid masonry depending on the position. Cannon, black powder, that sort of stuff, not a thing here, but these look to be a fairly efficient weapon. She is flying her colors brazenly, and Arthur would be the only one who would have any idea of what the message flags mean, but we've already translated that. As you pull alongside, the catapults on her flank and bow swivel in their mounts, just as presumably you guys keep your harpoons trained on them. And a grizzled-looking strig is in worn leathers and a wide red sash is standing at the bow. Is standing at the wheel, rather. And he looks a bit like.
Ooh, we have a picture.
We do have a picture. There you go.
Oh.
Damn, that's a cool picture.
Isn't it? Isn't
Nice.
it?
Ah, I love it.
Nice.
God,
So,
I know we've said it so many times, but the art for the Humlewood is just so good.
what's even
So
cooler is
good.
that's from Wakewyrm's Fury, which is free to play, the free download. They do the Deck of Many do a free download for Humlewood, like a free one shot once a year for free RPG Day, which was very recently, I think, like 2 or 3 days ago. So there's another one, and I may well be using it at some point. But yeah, Scops is free as well, which is super cool. So yeah, he's a grizzled strig in worn leathers and a wide red sash, and he steps up to the guardrail. Ahoy there! What a fine day for a chance meeting, Vilnius. Your vessel looks well. Her crew seem fit. What brings
Kesh's
you out to
dad-
this stretch of the waters?
Javier
Cassius-
is trying.
Oh, sorry. I keep trying to talk and everyone else is doing. Kesh is like standing like next to and slightly behind Vilmia, but she's not going to say anything just yet.
Right. Scops has the appearance of a barn owl that's had a hard life and is observing you with his left eye. His right, when you catch a glimpse, is milky white and sort of semi-closed. Looks to have been scarred as well. And my favorite detail about the picture, which is a little small and I'll make it bigger at the end, is that he's got feathery mustachios coming off his beak as well.
You can sort of see it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of our dog.
Vilnius says, Scots, we hear about the Wakewyrm. Perhaps you know something about that. Oh, aye. Nasty business. Fair shame to lose that so many to that beastie.
Yes.
Don't be coy. We know you've got the baby.
I wouldn't have the faintest idea what you mean, mate.
Of course you don't. Inside, like,
You may.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Kesh was going to insight before she said anything,
Yeah,
but you
go
know.
for it.
I would
I'm
like to as well.
100% sure you're lying.
okay. Oh shit.
I got a 16, which is slightly better. So,
Yes,
you know.
he's dead set lying.
Now, I don't like to accuse a man of lying to me the very first time we meet, but I feel like you do know something.
There's no getting one over on you, is there, love? No, all right. I do know where it is.
You pressured me into admitting it.
Kesh is going to mutter to Vilma Aurelius, well, that was suspiciously easy.
Why lie?
I don't know. You lied the first time we asked.
Well, maybe I thought I could make you go away.
Oh. No, sorry. We're quite invested at this stage. Would you like to tell us about it?
Oh, it's a fine beastie. Really lovely little thing. Pity its mama took such a hurt to it. But the darn thing, it'll forget about it in a couple of months. It'll go back to being its old beasties.
Look, I don't want to disagree with you outright. The trouble is really that its mama is not forgetting about it. And that's problematic.
Well, not for now, it's not, of course. It's still got the hormones in her. But when they're all gone, filtered out, and her milk's dried up, she'll go looking for a male to get another baby with.
Yeah, but exactly how many ships do you think are gonna get destroyed before that happens?
Love, you know how many ships I've sunk in the last year my own self?
I wouldn't care to guess.
I'm Captain Scops the Beastmaster. I've done far worse than that Wakewyrm beastie.
Right. So I'm going to assume that you're not just prepared to let it go.
You feel free to assume that. You'd be correct to do so.
Right.
Savvy?
This is great.
DM, I would like to cast Call Lightning.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
Jesus. Okay.
Hell yeah.
You feel good? Yeah. What? How does?
How far away are we?
Yeah, so what's our
The-
distance?
the
I assume
range-
it would have to be fairly close.
Yeah. You are. You're still in the crow's nest, yes?
Yep.
So you're 70 feet up, and he is 60 feet away laterally. So probably the best part of 90 feet.
Sorry, as in, how close are the ships from each other?
60 feet.
Great. So this has a range of 120 feet,
Oh,
and it puts a 60-foot radius. So I'm going to cast it about 90 feet away, so that it's just kind of on the cusp of that radius. Of their ship is just on the cusp of the radius,
All right.
so that
Sure.
it doesn't get our ship in that radius.
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's an action to cast.
Very well.
And so the sky starts to cloud up suddenly, and I choose a point I can see under the cloud, which is a 60-foot radius, which is going to be their ship.
Sure.
A creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dex save or take 3d10 lightning damage. I don't know how much precision I would have, but if I could, I probably would have directed it. No, I wouldn't have directed it at. No, because he was close to. 60 feet from Kesh, you said?
Yeah. He's still on his
Stops.
Yeah.
Stops.
Cool. What's the DC?
What a great question.
He
Numbers
rolled
15
a 12 plus 3, 15.
is exactly it.
Right. Yes, he got 15. Equals beats then. So he takes half.
Yes.
Very well.
Let me do that. And it's a clear day, is that right?
Yeah. Well, not anymore.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
14. I did aim it at him, but the idea was that it was to kind of try to scuttle the ship.
Very well. Yeah, the ship cannot dex save against that. So the ship will take the full.
What? You mean the ship can't dodge?
Turns out, not a lightning bolt.
And so this is an ongoing effect which I can maintain as long as I have concentration for
So
10
he
minutes.
takes 7,
Yep.
and the ship takes 14. Oh, noted.
Which I feel is not enough to scuttle it.
Oh yeah, look, it blows a chunk off the deck, and Scott dives out of the way, comes up, looks up at the crow's nest, and says, "Well, if that's the way we're doing it, apparently the Coast Guard aren't obeying the rules of parley anymore.
Not a
Ah.
Coast Guard!
You're flying Coast Guard colors."
He acted without authorization, but you should take it as a sign of the
yes.
havoc we are prepared to rain down to bring an end to this period
Yes.
of terror and
Make a dex save.
world-based tyranny.
Thank you for good. It's a good line. Cash, make a dex save.
I'm trying to be intimidating. Badly.
You can roll intimidation as well if you like.
I just got a 16 for my dex save.
Very well.
I have nothing to add. I got a 5 for intimidation. It's just
Yeah.
this little scruffy raccoon going, "Yeah, you should be scared of us."
Kesh, you take so deck save. Can one of you four keep track of the damage to your vessel?
Okay, I'll do that.
Arthur, cool. The ship has an AC of 12 and 200 hit points.
Okay.
That is so I count the vessels and crew as sort of one object, one thing in combat. Kesh, you and your bow gun will fire, and then you've got the other gun will fire on the ship's turn. Scops and his ship work very similarly. Scops and Vilnius are the only two free agents other than yourselves. So yeah, Scops has a certain amount of hit points. And yeah, basically the two ships are being kept fairly close together because it's really good pummeling range. And Kesh, one of the bow catapults just fired. Where were you?
I was standing next to Ramius.
Vilnius.
Vilnius. Sorry.
Yeah. I never gave him a first name. It's probably Marco. Let's be honest. Marco Vilnius is at the. He'd be at the helm, so you're not on your gun. So yeah, he is also going to make a deck save. He fails it. And you take. So the catapult on the flank of Scops' vessel fires and deals out 3d8s worth of. Those are d10s. I shouldn't roll. Worth of piercing damage as a hail of little bullets and lumps of metal and rock just pepper you and Vilnius. Dealing 18 on 4 or 6 and an 8. So Vilnius takes 18 points of piercing damage, and Kesh, you take 9.
Lovely.
However, you two are the only ones who get hit by that one. Can you roll me initiative, please? I think now is a fair time to roll initiative.
Oh, lovely. A 7.
A
7.
1.
BBC, can you roll me a d20 in chat as well, please? This will be for Scops and his ship. Eric doesn't like the cut of his... No, not at all. So, Kesh got a what? Sorry.
A 7.
7.
I was
Heavier.
very distracted by being shot at.
A straight up 1. Eric got a 10.
That was terrible of him to shoot at you.
Arthur,
Yeah, I hadn't done anything yet.
Unprovoked.
meanie.
Yeah.
Completely unprovoked.
My offside had just lightning bolted you. I hadn't done anything.
And
Yeah.
means to continue doing so as well. Yeah, BBC, exclamation mark, roll space 20 rather, in chat, please. Vilnius shouts out, "Harpoons! Shrink the... hit them below the waterline! Sink the blighter!" 8. Well done, BBC. Good job. It is going to go after Eric. Are all the enemies. Baddies. And I got an 8.
Thank you, B-Sphere.
Nicely done, BBC. Cool.
Gold star.
So, we go top of the order. Arthur. They are 60 feet away. What do you do?
All right. First off, I was gonna shout out to Eric. Eric, that was great. Kesh, you're very fearsome. Javier, keep staring at him. And he's gonna run to one of his prepared harpoons for the Wakewyrm with the rope on the end, and he's gonna fucking ditch it at
Yes. Yes, Arthur.
at Scops.
Make
recklessly, of
me
course.
that attack, of course.
I'll
Does
just
Arthur do anything in life not recklessly?
Not
Not
I think so.
at all.
13
Pull that
to
bastard
hit.
overboard.
A 13 and a 12 to hit. Nope.
Dang. All right, another one.
Ah. Yep, go again. 10. 25. There
That's what I
it
needed.
is.
Hey.
Nice.
And because it is a harpoon with a rope on the end of it, can I yank the rope to try get him over to our side, or like try to get him over the edge?
Not this turn, but next turn.
Absolutely.
Definitely use your action this turn to throw the harpoon in the first place. But yeah, you can totally try and use him, grapple him, essentially. Roll me the damage.
Oh, yes. What's the harpoon? I'll just use
It'd be a
javelin
d6. Yeah.
D6. Oh, 10.
10. Fuck. All right, yeah. He takes 10 damage.
Oh, shit, could I have raged?
No.
No.
That's right. Alpha's still too excited.
Too
You do have a
excited to
bonus action.
rage.
You can rage now if you like, but you do have to say you do it before you do it.
That's right. I'll do it next turn.
You have a bonus action anyway if you want to do anything else. Alternatively, we'll go to Eric.
I'm good.
All right, Eric.
Thunder. Na, 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 na.
You do that.
At Scops.
So he-
In fact, no, because I can see he's been harpooned. I'm gonna do it in. I don't know. Eric doesn't know what a vulnerable part of the ship is, but he probably thinks it's the mast. So he's going to aim at the mast.
Love it. Love everything about it. Yeah. The ship
And-
cannot dodge really. I'll make it disadvantage. How about that? Because I feel like it should be able to try and resist. It got a 3 on the die, so probably not.
Great. Wow, that's 26 lightning damage.
Freaking hell. That's big money. I love that this is a continuous spell as well, so yeah. Alright, cool. Anything else? Eric, are you happy where you are?
If I duck, is the railing enough to kind of give me half cover?
No, it is very much a railing rather than a bucket. You're not sitting in something, you're just sitting, like you could dangle your feet through it, sort of. It's more of a cage than a wall. Yeah, it might assist a little bit. The big thing is that you're 70 feet up at the top of a mast, and hitting that with a catapult's a bit of a difficult target.
Yeah.
You've got yourself a really nice spot to just rain down lightning on them.
Great, that's me then.
Yep. Cool. Big money and a whammy. Exactly right, Omi.
Yay.
Speaking of Omi, can you roll me two, as in back-to-back 2d20s, please, in chat? This is for the catapults.
You know that
looks,
Omi rolls well.
Scalps looks down at his the harpoon that is sort of sticking out of his left shoulder, and he is going to make a strength check to yank it out. Because it's a harpoon, he is going to hurt himself doing it. However, a 16, I'm going to say, is probably enough to... yeah, Nikolai, you can roll me a further d6 to see how much damage Scops does to himself.
Yes.
An 11 on the dice.
He could have just cut the rope.
Could have, but then he'd have had a harpoon in his shoulder. And they're big harpoons. They're for hunting whales.
Okay, cut it off. Like, don't just pull it out. That's how you bleed to death. Wait, why do I want this guy to live?
Yeah,
it's fine.
he's fine. He'll be okay. I might put the picture of Scops away so people can actually see my shot.
No, I want to look
That's a
into
pretty
his mustache
picture.
while I kill him.
Very well. And a 19. Oh, Omi, thank you. The 11 is a +2. So, yeah. The 11 does hit. Both of them hit, unfortunately. So, one of them is a catapult. It's just a straight-up catapult firing big rocks at you. That one is the one on the bow, and it is just going to pummel the salt spray. And it does 5, 5, and 5. 15 points of damage to the salt spray's hull as a big rock just pounds into the hull near the bow. However, the 19 is going to target... it's going to target the two dudes who just encouraged each other. Like, one of the crew could see Arthur and Eric, like, sorry, Javier and Arthur. Javier sort of rubbing Arthur's shoulders. Then Arthur just threw a harpoon at the captain. So they're going to target you guys. can you both make dex saves, please?
I hadn't done anything.
I mean, yeah, you're just standing next to a guy.
Damn it.
It's that classic stand next to the guy that kills someone. Suddenly you're
And
responsible as
amusingly,
well.
you take the full damage, whereas he only
Yeah.
takes half.
There's no justice
Classic.
left in the world.
No, none at all. Particularly not in.
We're trying to
D&D.
give you motivation to really let loose on these guys.
7 all up total.
Okay.
I
Look, he was
fought
already
2
a
and 1.
pirate.
It was a bit rubbish, but there we go. And yeah, it peppers you. It also catches one of the crewmen standing next to you. They don't go down, but they are a bit injured by it. Yeah. Sorry?
Am I counting that damage towards the ship?
Yes, please.
7?
As well as yourself.
Okay. Was a 19 enough to have it?
Yes, you are halved. And speaking of that, we go... Oh, yeah, BBC, could you also roll me initiative for your ship? And we'll slot it in whenever that happens. And after that, we'll have... It's Cash.
Okay. How far am I from the gun I was manning?
A turn's movement.
Right. So I could get over there and fire once?
Yeah, you could certainly use your movement to... you're not really, but I will allow you, because you're on an elevated platform standing next to the captain, to swing through the rigging.
Yes.
By making...
Nice.
I will need an acrobatics check. You're about 50 feet away from your gun, to be honest. But you're in a three-dimensional plane, so three-dimensional battlefield, so I love the mental image of Cash going like, gotta get to my gun, puts whatever weapon she has in her teeth, and then swings through the rigging. Acrobatics check, please, Cash.
Yes, absolutely.
the gun
I
go- the
basically
ship
get
goes on a
up on
2.
the railing by the helm, get up on the railing and just like leap towards the rigging.
You do that.
And I get 12.
That's enough. You don't land particularly cleanly. You stagger over to the gun. You wrench it around. Now, Vilnius has shouted to his crew to aim at the waterline. Harpoons, you would know, are not particularly good at sinking ships. So what you need to do is poke lots of holes in the ship and cause it to sink.
Right.
Or you can shoot scopes.
Look,
Arthur seems to already be on that.
yeah, I feel like Arthur has got the shooting scops bit covered. So yes, we are going to aim below the waterline to try and shoot the
Nice.
ship down.
Use your bow because it's
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
same
use my
modifier,
bow.
but we will be doing a lot more damage.
Shit, yes, 23.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ship, yeah. Gash, roll me 3d8s and add your dexterity mod.
It's added it 3 times. I just realized. Sorry.
Well, you rolled the fang bow. You can just roll 3d8s in future because the fang bow is a d8. But yeah,
Yes, but automatically adds 4. So we have to take 8 off this total. So the total is 32 minus 8. So
Still 24.
So 24 points down.
Okay, 24
Nice.
to the thorn mail.
Boom bam, baby.
Very nice. Hits it below the waterline. Kesh, I'm going to say that you used all of your turn to do that, except your bonus action. Do you do anything else?
Can I put my hunter's mark on a ship?
You can. I'm going to say you can, but it won't apply to this particular round of combat because you've already
'cause
fired the gun.
I just ran and fired. I didn't think to do it, and now that I've got the shot off, I'm like, oh, I should cast hunter's mark on the ship,
should do that.
which I'm going to do.
Dog is looking mournfully at the closed door. I said, you closed it. No, I didn't want to go out now. Just sits back down. Alrighty, and then amusingly, it's the rest of the crew are also going to take their cue from you. So I'm gonna see whether or not they
Poke
hit.
some holes in his ship.
Stop blowing holes in me ship.
Blow more holes. Oh, that came out wrong. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm afraid I only rolled a 5, which means the harpoon, it doesn't not hit. It's you have to hit and miss the broadside of a barn door, but it is definitely it deflects off the hardened wood planking, not the woolen planking of the ship, the wooden planking of the ship, and just deflects down into the water. Javier. It is your turn, and the crew reloads the harpoon.
Finally! Oh my word!
Captain Vilnius. Breepy's here. Can you roll me an attack for Captain Vilnius? He is going to shoot with his. He's got a hand crossbow. He's got a brace of hand crossbows across his chest, and he's going to shoot somebody on the other ship with it. Scots is currently like dealing with the fact that he's bleeding quite profusely, so he's currently under cover. But Vilnius can shoot somebody else. Javier, while we wait for BP's here, you can tell me what you're doing.
So can I see the
20!
catapults?
Hey!
Sorry.
Ooh,
Nat
No,
20!
that's fine.
BP's
Fuck
here,
yeah.
very nice.
gold
all right.
star.
BP's here. Feel free to roll me. I'm gonna call it a D10 instead of D6 then, because that. Can you roll me a D10 for damage, please? And yeah, Javier, continue. Oh. All right. You take out one of the crewmen. Well done, BB's here. Of the Thornmail.
I'm enjoying this music, by the way.
Yeah.
It is vaguely DK, Donkey Kong. Sorry, Lux, go ahead.
No, that's all right. I was just saying I was. So can I see the catapults?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
You can see them. They can see you.
Are they like constructed? Like they're quite solidly constructed?
Very much so.
What are the odds of having to be able to destroy one? Do you reckon?
Ooh. They would. I am now setting an arbitrary sort of damage minimum threshold for them specifically. You would still do the damage to the ship, but whether or not if you can beat the damage minimum, then yeah, you would probably at least disable one for a round or two until they can get it fixed.
Well, no, I think I'm just going to do my original plan. Brushing off all the little bits and debris that got fired at me rudely. I probably just stood down for a bit, waiting for an opportunity, but none's coming. So I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon, my good old drill, into the under the water line, like straight up drilling extra buttholes in this ship.
And then
As it
comes
does.
the plethora of buttholes.
You don't want your ship to have buttholes. That's bad.
Any at all,
butthole. And here it comes. So yeah, that's doing its thing. That does a 23 to hit.
It certainly does. Are you aiming for near where Kesh aimed or somewhere else?
I will say somewhere else just to try and get the
Loads of
spread out
different
the
holes?
damage. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Spread out damage so that they're trying to fix one and one starts going. And that's just 6 damage for that.
Six.
And then I can't see the captain, can I?
He's currently bending down. You know where he is, but you can't see him.
He's bending down now.
I mean, he's sort of kneeling down, stopping up his bleeding shoulder.
Like, I can't see him at all.
No.
I have this. It's only because it's like
wall.
I have one that says you point at one creature you can see within range.
No, then no, you can't see him.
Okay, all right.
Not this round, because he used his action to perform to perform a medicine check on himself, essentially, which sort of ducked himself down as part of that.
Okay. Well, that kind of ruins that. Can I
You can see other crew members.
Yeah. So who did the captain hit? Who did our captain hit?
Vilnius shot one of the men in the rigging, who is doing.
Did he kill him?
He shot him out of the rigging. But there is like half a dozen more up there, pulling sheets and tacks flying.
Fair enough. One of the people manning the catapult, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Each catapult has a crew of 3.
Okay, well, I'll kill the one that kind of looks the most important.
There's the one that shot
I
you,
say
or there's the
kill.
one that blew a
Yeah, the one that
nasty
shot
big
me.
hole
The
in
one
the
that
bow.
shot me.
Very well.
One that shot me. Definitely, I'm feeling very angry about that.
That is the broadside
So I'm just
one.
going to toll the dead. He's not damaged, so it doesn't do the extra damage. But just going to make him a little uncomfortable. So a wisdom saving throw, please.
Hey, straight 14.
So nothing else?
I'm going to say they're normal, fairly normal dudes.
Okay, so he takes it. Aha. 11 damage.
11. Oof. Yeah. He goes, and one of the guys on the catapult just keels over.
Well, like, yeah, with
and
blood
falls
coming out
into
his
the
ears.
water, and yeah, his eyes turn sort of milky black, and he just sort of and it just falls off the ship and into the water.
He died with the sounds of
Buttholes open.
butthole.
You do that.
I mean,
yeah.
when that sound invades your mind, then dying is a pretty natural response.
I will actually. Where is Kesh at this point?
I'm at my gun.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
He's
manning the gun.
about 30 feet away from you.
Okay. Where
He's
is
25 feet away.
where is Arthur?
He'd be standing
right
pretty
next
much
to you.
next to you.
Yeah. So I'd be there with Arthur, and I'd just kind of stand my ground. Do you think we should go over?
To their ship? Yes. Yes. Of course.
There is now a rope between you and there. It's just not secured by a scops.
I came here for a boarding party.
I could throw you.
Cash and Vilnius are trying to sink this thing, but
As is the lightning hovering above it.
Please, please.
You being serious? Could you throw me?
I could give it a go.
I love everything about this plan.
You guys
And I
are
also-
like,
I particularly love because you guys are,
Legolas
like-
and Gimli.
Yeah,
I'm
you are
getting
next to
serious
each other
Legolas
in the
Gimli vibes.
initiative order as well.
Yeah.
I am totally going to allow this. I think it will require Arthur's bonus action as well, but it'll work. Yeah, Javier, how do you go about? I mean, you've already used your action this turn.
Yeah. And my bonus action, actually. I've
yeah,
already used.
You've done like everything.
I
you can
don't
this
have to
turn.
be now. I'm saying I could do it next turn. But
Yeah,
if
yeah.
the boat's already dead, then
If you think you can kill Scops the Beastmaster's warship in 2 rounds, yeah,
Oh.
okay.
okay, maybe not then. So we'll do it next turn then.
Yeah. Arthur, it is your turn, top of the order.
Okay. So I can't see Scops from where I am now, right?
Not currently, he's still bending over. Going like,
If I
ow!
was-
Ow!
He's behind like a railing.
Yeah, not like a wall. A
If I
wooden
was
wall,
to-
but a wall.
Do you have a grenade?
If I was to be 20 feet up in the air, would I have line of sight on him?
Yeah, probably. 30 feet,
Okay.
certainly. If you climbed, I don't know, 30 feet up into the rigging, you would also probably be able to glide from one ship to another. Just saying.
Hmm.
And you wouldn't need the moose to throw you.
Yeah, true.
But
The
Do
moose
we
who's
want
only like
the
a
moose?
+1 for strength.
No, but I could throw him and then he could glide.
Yeah. It's pretty much a 2-for-1 falling ratio though, so like the gliding
Yeah.
you'd have to throw him 20 feet up.
Fine, I've got +2 to my strength.
With +2, my apologies.
Okay. I'll save the boarding until Javier can throw me.
I much prefer that as an idea.
Yeah. Can I use my bonus action to wing flap up though, and launch another 2 harpoons at Scops? Because I can
Oh,
wing
yeah.
flap up vertically 20 feet.
So you're implying that you should wing flap up and then using those same wings, throw 2 large harpoons,
Absolutely.
like really big harpoons, like
Absolutely.
unfeasibly big javelins.
If I take a hard drop, I'm happy with it.
If you're doing this recklessly, it's only going to be you'll be at disadvantage. But like reckless will balance that. Just because.
Don't forget rage as well.
Yeah.
I need to use a bonus action to wing flap, but
Yeah.
I'll 100% do it recklessly. And on the descent, I want to land in Javier's horns.
Yeah. The
His
Javier just sort of headbutts you there.
I wish I could draw so badly right now.
Oh,
All right, 2 attacks on Scops. I'm gonna
Very
try
well.
Skewer him again. 24. on the
24
first.
does. 24 does.
And the second, 25.
Oh.
He's gonna have 2 harpoons in him.
Ah. Ah.
14 points of damage.
Ah.
With rope?
With rope. I've got him. I'm reining him in. I'm reining him in.
So he takes
You're gonna be
14 points.
James, Master.
Yeah. You land. You've used all your actions. You just haven't used a movement. You are now holding 2 ropes that are sticking out, the other ends of which are sticking out of Scops the Beastmaster, whose head is back above the railing going, ow! Stop throwing
And I'm on
things
top
into
of
me.
Javier.
Yeah.
I was here under parlay. It's top of the order. Sorry, we've just had top of the order. Eric. He's now
Excellent.
got conductive metal sticking out of it.
Ooh.
look, I was thinking of
On the other hand, the
aiming.
sail is on fire.
I do love fire. I was thinking of aiming at one of these catapults to try to disable them, but you have successfully tempted me with the conductive metal on your boy.
Like mechanically,
So
it wouldn't do anything more. I would just put it that way.
I know,
Though he
but
is
it's a cool
sort of
image.
grappled. I would probably put him at disadvantage for his deck save.
Right, you already had me, so it's gonna be on him. I like the image of this gang team up on him.
Very well.
So deck save against 15.
Yeah. Disadvantage. Okay.
Wow.
He actually gets a pair of 17s.
Ooh.
That's fine. He still takes half of 24 damage,
Oof. 12.
as well as the ship.
Yeah, the ship also takes the full, because it can't. I mean, it also that's a third 17 in a row, and a 5. No, the ship got damaged by. So here's my 24. Yeah. Yep. Maths is hard. Okay. Anything
That's
else?
my go.
Excellent. It's now his boat. He doesn't. His boat objects quite strongly to what you just did to it, to its captain particularly. So yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 attacks. A 19 on the dice for the big boy up the front. Blows another fairly sizable hole in your ship. A 2, a 4, and a 5. All up. 11 points of damage. That's pretty dog shit. 3d10. And then Eric and Arthur are still. Arthur and Javier are still standing next to each other because Arthur did not say he moved. So you guys are going to cop another grape shot. Can you make me deck saves, please?
Well, Arthur wanted to land in the horns, right?
Yeah. So
Yes.
Javier, Arthur, I would actually say you have disadvantage on this because you're in someone else's head. Like on somebody else's head.
Understandable.
Is that a disadvantage?
But
Come
I have
on.
a danger sense, which is advantage. So
It's.
it-
I'm just so attractive.
so
It balances then. It balances then. Yeah. You're also like hiding slightly behind Javier's antlers. Once again, Javier takes the full. Arthur takes half. Oh dear, 2 8s and a 4. That's 20. The boat also takes, I'm afraid.
Which I will use in that case. I will actually use my Surge of Vigor.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What is that?
Basically, I'm holding Arthur and I take the 20. I take the what is it like? What gets hit with us?
It's a
What
great
hits
shot.
us?
It's basically just a cloud of ball bearings and stuff. And
Right.
several crewmen who are running past to do jobs also get caught up in it. Yeah, I rolled the ship's deck save, and actually I rolled a 16 and a 17. So, because it's a disadvantage, but it still actually would have made the save. So actually, Nikolai takes half, so 10, not 20.
So you
the ship takes 10.
The ship managed to dodge, even though Javier didn't.
you know the yeah.
Oh no.
It's the crew as well. Like, this is more an anti-crew than an anti-ship weapon.
So you can see me focus on that. You've seen the animes where they get hit and they kind of go like, oh. Basically that. Surge of Vigor, it's a servant thing. If I take half my damage, I get to heal 1d12 plus 3.
Nice.
When I get,
Ooh.
and I can do it even if I was like almost dead.
Yeah, well.
And, yeah. Be like, all right. So I can I heal.
Black Angel, thank you so much for the raid. Moists in chat if you have them. Seems like a really specific thing to have, but I applaud it, Black Angel. Thank you very much for your raid. We are currently doing a ship battle, pirate style. Corsair's Cove, who would have known it? We're into that sort of thing. Not normally our vibe, actually, but yeah, that's a heck of a lot of moist in chat. Thank you for the raid.
I feel like I should tell Black Angel that I once wrote a play in which an entire scene, the villain was defeated by saying moist to them.
Moist.
Because they hated the word moist. So everyone else just had to say moist until they let them go. It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, I
think Brandon
healed
was in that
14 from that.
Yeah. Go
Nice.
Javier.
How much did it,
I
like,
was.
1d12, did you say?
1d12, I rolled an 11.
And then you add your wisdom or something.
Yeah,
Or
it's
con.
just plus 3. Yeah, construct.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Cool. Amazing. And yeah, for many years, Karen and I also had a jar on the top of our fridge that had you had to put a penny in every time someone said the
And
word
moist.
moist. It's the moist jar. I had nearly $1,000 in it by the time we moved out of that house. I put
We say moist a lot.
I put money in it otherwise as well. All right, sorry. You tank the damage and then heal back from most of it. Fast. Never mind.
Alpha's gonna return the favor and give Javi a shoulder massage from up top. It's like, it's all right. We've all been.
You're Donald
More of a
Ducking it
scout
now,
massage.
so to reach down, you have to like bend, like you're presenting your ass to the ship. Scops gets back up, yeah, he's got 2 harpoons, one in each clavicle, sticking out of his chest.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I mean, Javier, Arthur did this. This is, I mean, Javier helped, but Arthur did this.
Wait, so he stands up and he sees.
And Arthur is presenting his ass while Javier.
It's gonna look like Arthur just harpooned
Mooning
him
him.
twice and then mooned him.
Yeah.
It's a pity he's not wearing a kilt, is all I'm gonna say.
Arthur, he's going to shoot you this time around.
In the butthole?
He's going to make you a new butthole.
You know, we've had a great arc this season of like, we started off being quite serious, I feel, and then we just kind of descended until we're at the point
What are you
with
talking about?
goose butthole on antlers. I love it.
You started this.
Yeah. I think...
I'm not sorry.
Like, I'm the only... Because this is how the other Humblewood goes, and I'm the only through line, so I suspect it's me. But... or maybe just my selection of players. Does a 15 hit you, Arthur?
Right in the bullseye, maybe.
Oh.
Ooh. 4, he's got a hand crossbow. 2, plus his dex, which is another 3. 5 points of butthole damage. And you still ain't raging, so you take the
No.
full...
I think he might be now.
right up the cloaca.
Full Looney Tunes.
Is getting hit in the butthole rage for free?
Should be.
I don't know. I'm not. I've never experienced.
Don't
it, so I
answer
wouldn't
that.
know. Cash, what do you do? Please save us.
I'm gonna reload the gun and fire at the ship again.
I mean, your crew has reloaded the gun, so you may fire it again. And this time you can add your Hunter's Mark. You also have another thing that you can do.
Yes.
as
Do you want me to do it first? Can I do it first?
You definitely have to do it first if you want the damage to count.
Yes, I will add Slayer's Prey on the ship as well.
So 2d6 added to the 3d8 damage you do. Here we go, Cash.
If I hit, I get
Yeah,
no
well.
bonuses to hit, remember?
Yeah, you do. You use your dex. It's functionally the same as your...
Oh,
roller.
yeah, I get my dex bonus, but, you know, the two things I just added only
Yeah,
help
that
if I
plus
actually
7
hit.
ought to help. Hey, baby
Okay,
toad.
great, 24.
Nice, there we go.
I blow a big hole in the ship's butthole.
Yeah, you hit it right right next to the first one, making a slightly bigger hole this time around.
Sorry, ignore that. The dog put her head on my keyboard.
Yep, she does that. She loves putting her head where we're like when I'm writing particularly. She loves getting up on my lap and like, here, let me just push caps lock for you, Daddy. There you are.
Okay, here's
Look back
the
up.
base damage. 12 plus 4.
Nice.
So 16, and then we're going to add 2d6s to it. Which is another 9.
16 goes to 25. Very nice. A slightly bigger hole. A slightly bigger hole. 14. Oh dear. Very good, Cash. And Vilnius shouts, "Yes! Well done, Cash! Again, mateys! Hit them again!" And I saw a new person in chat. Beddingtoe, could you please roll space 20 in chat to see whether or not the crew can hit as well. And Vilnius is going to make a shot as well. A 14 does hit because we add 2 to it. I'm going to roll another 3d8s for the damage. I'm much better when it's like the thing we're attacking. 10! Cash is such a better shot.
It is one of my few skills, Pat.
Hey, look. And BB's here. Can you roll me another attack for Vilnius? I'm saying that BB's here is rolling for Vilnius all the time now. Then it will be Javier.
Oh, it is my turn.
There is roll space 20. There it is.
Oh,
It might have. Maybe one more time, BB's here.
are we waiting?
Yeah, cool down. Never mind. We'll go. Javier. When it happens,
Oh.
it happens.
So
A 5.
I have
He misses this time.
where we are. Are we close to the steering wheel?
You were about midships. You're about
Okay,
20 meters
never mind.
away from the steering wheel. The steering wheel is slightly... The aft castle is raised. You're wanting to go a little bit more height. About 20 meters... 20 feet.
But I'd have to drag him, so it's never mind. Where
Drag
did you
who?
go? Did you? Oh no, because he's on my head.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, Arthur is not an insubstantial creature. He's a barbarian goose. I think he's a fairly dense guy. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, he's just sitting in your
What are you
antlers.
However, I can
What'd you
carry twice my size. Like,
Oh, that's true.
It's I've got strong build.
You are the
so
pronghorn. You are a pronghorn servant. That's
this
right.
is what I'm.
That's why I'm allowing this.
That was a good choice on your part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the ropes still attached.
He is holding on to them whilst massaging your shoulders.
Oh, this is so bizarre. Like I have so many options.
Very weird.
Because can I have like a chat before? Like, do you want to jump or do you want to climb?
Can I get you to both roll intelligence checks?
Please let us fail.
I'm looking at the other ship, calling lightning down. I look down. What?
I rolled
6 and a 4. Yeah, no. I'm not going to give either of you any hints at all. I'm glad to hear
Probably
it,
as
Omi.
far as you want.
Omi's just finished a painting job, and their fingers are shaky, so I'm glad to hear that the druid is done. All right, no.
Do you want to
Do what you
grab
want.
a rope each?
We gotta.
You
Yes,
do.
absolutely. And this is a bonding moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to? Yeah,
For
and
this
then
to
just
have any meaningful impact of your addition to this, Arthur, you are going to have to get down.
wait. Why?
Well, because you're functionally only one of you is pulling.
No, what we do is we jump off, both holding onto the rope.
Okay, then you'll just go in the drink.
Yeah.
The boat is only like 10 feet out of the water, so you're just like, ah! It's Tarzan who doesn't understand trigonometry.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna keep a hold of the ropes or drop them.
I mean, definitely hold on to the ropes.
Yeah, for sure.
Sticking out of the bad guy.
Should we try and pull them over?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we could ring him over, and if that doesn't work, if he's too strong, then we can jump over.
Yeah. So I think I'll take the ropes, and just like feet on the sides of the ship, full hef.
Cool. I love this plan. I'm gonna say that Arthur, if you want to and you're not obliged to, you can use your action next round to help Javier do this now.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I'll do
Okay,
that.
cool. Javier, you have advantage on this athletics check to pull Scops overboard. It's going to be a contested athletics. I will have chat roll it. Who hasn't? D-Rab, can you roll me a 1d20 in chat, please, for Scops to see whether or not he can resist being
I'll wait for
pulled
Scots
over,
first.
being pulled overboard off his own ship by 2 harpoons sticking out of his clavicles. A 3!
I can't lose.
He's not expecting this at all. Flex. Oh, D-Rab.
Yes.
So Arthur is I'm calling this the back rub. Javier, you got this, Javier. And Vilnius sees what you guys are doing, sees Javier braced on these pair of ropes, putting his feet up on the guardrail, and Vilnius says, I like it. Hold him tight, boys! And then he steers the ship away from the other ship slightly. Just pulling and you hear Scops go, ah! And Scops goes overboard and into the water. And is now being dragged through the water at a fair rate of knots as well. Both ships are doing 5 or 6 knots. The winds are fair, and Scops is underwater. We go back to the top of the order.
Wait, no, I still got my bonus action to keep going with the spiritual weapon.
Yeah, you can still drill a couple of holes. Go on then. Yes, you need to do more.
You haven't caused quite enough damage and chaos yet.
There you go.
13 is the DC, so yeah. For 10 more
10
damage.
damage.
Very well.
More assholes.
3. Yeah, cool. We go back to the top of the order. Arthur has already done his action, but he's still got a bonus action. And he's holding one of the ropes.
I'm just gonna lean over the side of the railing. Respectfully, Captain Scott, I think this is the point where you surrendered the worm to us.
You can't see him. He's underwater.
Oh, he's a bit busy.
Don't like tie it off.
So you're just dragging him along behind. Yeah. It was a sick burn, but he didn't hear it, unfortunately.
Avi, we could technically keelhaul them.
I'm not familiar with the term.
Oh my god.
Well, if I go over to one side and you
Freaking dark, man.
No. We did this back in my land. We did this. It's doable. It's doable.
It's actually
but
bow to stern. Bow to stern is keel hauling.
I'd like to.
Not lateral.
Yeah, that's. We could pull him in.
Yeah, we could drag him up.
Good landed.
Yeah, that seems...
This conversation is happening very rapidly, but carry on.
Sorry, but like,
I
pull
can
them in?
start pulling them up.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we can have a chat now that we're on better terms.
Bolt upright. This Corsair's Cove is my channel. I am still appearing on Roll for Damage, but yeah, Corsair's Cove is me and the Mother of Bunnies for our own Humlewood silliness. More to come. Stay tuned.
Right.
Thanks for joining us. Hit
Next
that follow
person.
button. Cool. We go to Eric then. Eric can keep blowing holes in his ship.
Yes, look, I need to be honest.
He was
I
steaming
thought that
and smoking when you lanced him last time as well. Just FYI.
So I was under the impression that the ships were stationary, but if we're moving...
Oh no, they were definitely underway.
So technically, my lightning cloud would be 120 feet away, unless you're saying that it's kind of staying with us.
You're not moving that rapidly. I would say you probably clear. They will probably clear it this round.
Okay, great.
I will allow that you're like aware of how fast you're moving and cast it in such a way that you would have sailed directly under it.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Okay. In that case, did I see Scops go overboard?
Yes. I think everyone saw.
Do I have an approximate position of where he fell?
Yes, but motion underwater. You can see the ropes. Actually, yeah. What you can see. Make me a perception check. I will give you this.
Great. I mean, I feel like I don't need to be that accurate with hitting the ocean
Lightning
with lightning.
into water, yeah, sure. But lightning hits water all the time, and not all the fish are dead.
Do we want to kill him though?
I'm not having that conversation with you right now.
20. Yeah. So here's the thing. Arthur, Eric. I'm really, really bad with those names. You can see the ropes are, they are being pulled along in the wake of the salt spray, and they are pretty close to your ship now, actually. They're about 10. You can see where they enter the water, and a little bit beyond that, it's choppy water. It's hard to see through. But yeah, you can see a little bit beyond that. They are maybe 15 feet off your starboard side.
Okay. Look, that's a bit too close for my liking, so
Yeah.
I'm going to try to disable one of the catapults. It affects everyone within a 5-foot radius of it, so hopefully the catapult as well as
Very
the
well.
crewmen.
Go for it. The catapult will... I'm going to give it a disadvantage because they're a crewman. I got a 2. So, yeah, it's going to take this. 19. Not as amazing, but a 7, 9, and a 3 is still pretty damn good. Well above average. 19, yeah, they take the full. The catapult, lightning doesn't appear to damage the wood too much of the catapult, but it certainly upset the crew quite a bit.
I wonder why.
It was 16. Very nice. Cash.
Kill him.
I mean, the boat. Their boat is going to attack your boat. I'm just going to roll for it because it's quick. Eric and Arthur are definitely going to get shot by that catapult again.
Javier and Arthur.
No, Eric and Arthur.
The 6, the bow gun misses. However, the one on the port side, which is the one that Eric actually lightning bolted, its crew look a little discombobulated, but they are going to fire again at Arthur and Javier. The Moose and the Goose. I should just say that. The Moose and the Goose, please, dex saves again. Arthur, are you still in his antlers?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Then
At
it's a flat
disadvantage.
roll. Then it's a flat
Flat
roll.
roll.
Yeah.
20. 20.
Javier takes the
no!
again. Oh, good. 5, 4, and a 1. 10 points of damage, half for Arthur. The boat also takes. Well, actually, let's find out. Let's just make certain. An 8 is a fail. So yeah, the boat also takes 10. A couple more. One more crew member gets like mulched a little bit. Cash,
Oh dear.
it's your turn.
Well, I guess I'll shoot. Like, is the ship still in range? Can I blow another hole in it?
Oh, definitely. It's only about 10 feet further away. Vilnius wants to sink this ship. You can take Scops out, but he's probably got a first mate or something. Like, when you're fighting a pirate, you like, I want to take this pirate out. In fact, Vilnius is steering the ship back in towards is steering the salt spray back towards the Thornmail. Now, yeah.
Well, I'll definitely shoot it again then.
He's bringing the bow gun around. You do so.
Reload, ladies, and fire! And that is a 23, so I feel like I just hit it again.
Cash, don't fuck this up. I love this.
Sorry, the dog's head is in the way of my mouse.
Don't you just hate it when that...
She's just sprawled across my stomach. It's very, sorry, my
That's
lap.
funny.
It's
She
very
will not
cute.
sit on my lap when I play, which is fine. It's hot.
I'm actually a little cold from the air conditioning, but I am. Oh,
Oh no, your room has got aircon in. Mine doesn't. 6. Rough.
I just got 6.
2d6s. Plus your...
Plus 4.
10.
That was fucking shy. All right, let's hope I get some bigger numbers on these
numbers.
ones. Plus 9. So 19 points of damage.
Okay. Cash, the side gun. Cash, I'm going to get you to roll this one again, actually. It's not with your modifier. Can you just roll me a d20? Because they are taking their cues from you. Vilnius shouts, again, hit him again! You definitely, it penetrated. They did not enjoy it at all. Come on, Cash.
Yeah.
Very
Another harpoon lances into the side of this ship. I'm just going to roll 3d8s quickly.
Our inspiring leader.
Hey.
Inspiring others to do better than me.
Another 15 points of damage to that. And Vilnius says, I see a weak spot! And cranks the wheel hard over. Brace yourselves, me hearties! And, it appears that the Salt Spray's bow, sort of ornament, the figurehead, which, Cash, you probably noticed because your gun is, like, mounted on it, is a gerbine holding a shield out in front of it. It's a rabbit-like gerbine holding a big brass shield out in front of it. You had thought, as with most figureheads, that it was wood that had been painted with golden paint, or metallic paint. Turns out, it's actually just solid chunk of brass. And as Vilnius brings the salt spray around, he rams the point where, at this point, 5 harpoons are sticking out of the flank of this vessel, all in one place. He's like, a weak spot! And crashes straight through. With a thunderous crack, the Thornmail breaks in half. You go right through the bastard. Her rigging suddenly going slack, and a few of her remaining crew are sent flying into the drink. The rear mast is aflame. The foremast has toppled over. And yes, a roar of approval for their captain's bravery goes up from your crew, and Vilnius says, "Good shot, Major." And I think there would be a good place to go for a little breaklet, where we can regather our wits and ourselves and our beverages. So, guys, we'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Please hang around, and we will be right back with more Humlewood silliness. Oh, lap papa. Alrighty, here we go. Bye-bye, everybody. And we are back, mateys, avast and such. Yes, we are back to find out the upshot of the little sea battle that we just had. You sail through Scops' ship, the Thornmail, which, if you're interested, is a song by one of my favorite metal bands. I was trying to think of a good name for a ship. And,
Also an item in League of Legends.
oh, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be.
Oh.
that might be where they got it. To be honest, they do seem like that kind of guy. Yeah, no, it totally is because they did the one of the songs for League of Legends. They did
right.
Deathfire Grasp, which is a
Oh,
League of
yeah.
Legends song.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
God, you scratch the surface and it's all just a bunch of nerds, isn't it?
Nerds! Metal and D&D. Yeah, one of my other favorite bands, Falconer, has a song called Dungeon. He's the Dungeon Master, and it's all about D&D. Anyway,
We've destroyed a boat.
you destroyed a boat. Anybody who would like to can make perception checks. And Eric, can you also make me an athletics or acrobatics check?
Ah,
And
good.
I do mean Eric. Actually, Arthur, I'd like one from you as well, but I'm reasonably confident you'll be able to manage it.
Funny on that one.
Yeah, you're fine. You hold on to Javier's antlers super well. Javier was braced, which is why I didn't ask him to, because Javier was holding onto the side of the ship.
I'm also distracted.
Eric, yeah, you managed to hold on as well. You don't get flung out of the crow's nest.
Woo!
Shocking.
I am surprised as well. A lot of people have been shocked by you in the last little while. Cool.
I perceive for 17.
I am getting echo.
It's good now.
Okay, cool. All right. Nope, it's still there. Close my door again. It's probably you then. Imagine your door's open. Never mind.
I have to leave it open, otherwise the dog flings herself against it.
Yeah, she does that to me too. All right. So, perception checks, please. Yes, an 8 from Javier, a Kesh 17, very nice. An 8
Being in the crow's nest, does that give me advantage?
Arthur. This. Yeah. All right. Yes.
Okay.
21. You and your perception checks. It is +7. Who's surprised? Kesh, you notice that. So, Kesh, during the fight, you were aware of the cries of the baby Wakewyrm.
Uh-huh.
It took you a minute to figure out that's what it was, because it doesn't really sound like what a giant monster would sound like when it's crying. But you were aware of that. Eric, it's now silent. I'm sort of retconning that Kesh would have pointed that out to people, and Eric now notices that it can't be heard. Kesh, you also, once you sort of, if Eric points this out to people, Kesh would notice that the gate over the Hideswell Cove harbor entrance is open.
Do I think that this probably means that it has escaped?
It's fair bet that somebody is somebody has let it out.
Uh-oh. I'm just Kesh is gonna like get Eric's attention and be like, now might be a good time to try and talk to the bubba.
And Javier and
Why? What's why?
Javier and
Does it
Arthur, I
stop
want to
crying?
ask you. You're still holding on to the ropes.
Yes.
You were holding on to them as you went through the other ship. He was
Right.
probably dragged along with you through the other ship.
Should we hoist him up?
I mean, yeah, he'd be at the back by that point, right?
Yeah. The rope is about 60 feet long.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we hoik him up. Like the whole point I was thinking of like is
You hoist
as
him up.
soon as we pull him, it's like a constant. We're just like
Oh, sure. Yeah. In which case, yeah, you reel him in. The whole amount of time you had to reel him in was not enough to get him more than about 3/4 of the way over. Before you did something fairly apocalyptic to the Thornmail. But yeah, as you pull the harpoons in, not only is Scops not attached to the end, but neither is the harpoons.
oh.
Mother.
And you can roll an
He
investigation.
took your
if you
advice and cut the rope.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the rope. Let's looking at the rope.
want. Pinball Papa.
The rope's
19 for
gone.
investigation.
I've rolled like 3, 4, 1, 4, 1.
You're taking my job of rolling badly
Kesh,
tonight.
Yeah, Kesh,
big
your
in that
experience with banditry, I'm going to say, is probably why you figure out this rope was cut.
Oh, great. He's cut himself loose.
No, I think he might have chewed it off, actually.
No, he definitely pulled it off with bare hands.
It looks strong.
And Eric, because you got the highest and you're also up in the crow's nest, you notice.
So just to be clear, I didn't get in on that investigation check.
I'm assuming you were still up in the crow's nest.
Yes.
Yeah. They can communicate what they saw. They're only 70 feet away from you. A good shout will carry, but you notice a small something swirling around the back of the ship, like a whirlpool. The suction is actually, you feel, the reason you would notice and go to look, because it's behind you, is that you can feel the ship has been physically slowed down. And as you turn, rising from the water is Stops.
He's riding a worm, isn't he?
His milky eye glowing. And there is a fierce smile on his beak. He is standing on the head of a Wakewyrm.
Turn around. This isn't going to be something that we can talk our ways out of.
And it is at least 40 feet long. It's nowhere near as big as the one you saw last night, but it's easily large enough to see up and onto the ship. Fine piece of seamanship, that, but I can't say I appreciate it.
I
like
like him
that
straight
shit.
away. Because I
Even
just
if-
made just straight up guiding
Even if
bolt.
I didn't really have a need for her anymore. Then his eye glows brighter. Almost too bright to look at. Javier, I will give you all one action.
Okay.
We cast interrupt monologue.
Can I go
It's my
first?
only fun I get. Javier, you said first. Go first.
I do want to yell out to everyone, don't hurt the worm.
No, I'm aiming for him.
Sure.
Yeah,
you
I'm aiming for
aiming?
him. I'm aiming a guiding bolt.
Oh.
Hell yeah, I am. Alright, there we go.
24. Yeah. Roll damage.
Really low. Oh no.
Yep. 19. Javier, he takes the hit, but it seems to sort of dissipate around him. As in, and his eye glows even brighter. Clearly there is something obviously magical about this eye. But he does take the hit. It just doesn't seem to phase him.
Okay.
Both the harpoons were gone from his shoulders as well, worth pointing out.
And
Yes,
Sorry.
Eric?
did it seem like his damage had been transferred to the worm at all?
Make an Arcana check to determine that.
$11.
You would guess maybe.
Okay. I will call out to try to
Oh,
get him off of it.
I was gonna say, like, so I hit, what happens when I hit him? So it dissipates around him, but nothing else happens? The worm doesn't do anything?
Well, the worm it's all of this is sort of happening at once. It is
so-
in the process of lunging for the back of the
Yeah,
ship.
so it's like,
It's very much, I'm just sort of like, you all have one action, they're like, ah!
Yeah.
Hesh, your gun cannot fire backwards. And he is approaching from the back of the ship. Yet there is another gun that can fire backwards about 30 feet away.
Is it manned?
It is, but it's... They get out of the way if you told them to. Arthur, Eric, What do you do?
Well, I'm going to run to this other gun and shoot it at him.
At him. All right. Very well. Make the attack.
I think it's at advantage because of guiding bolt.
It is.
Good. Yay! 21.
Cash. It deflects off what appears to be a shield spell.
That motherfucker. Right. I'm going to hop off and use my magical fang bow.
No, you're not. You've got one action, not 3. I said one attack, one action. Arthur, Eric.
Fine.
Because this thing is lunging.
I move Hunter's Mark to...
Okay.
Dude.
How far is it close enough that Arthur could reasonably jump up and whack him with the hammer?
You can... no, not really.
Dang. Okay.
How
Sort of
far is
I
it
want to be
here?
super clear. You're getting basically, I'm letting you have like a reaction.
A reaction, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a reaction. So like, I was saying Kesh was not at her gun. She could have dived for the nearest gun and bang.
Arthur's gonna ditch a harpoon at him.
Very well. Make the attack roll, please.
Recklessly? Actually, Arthur's gonna rage and then ditch a harpoon at him.
I'd say one action, not an action and a bonus
Oh,
action.
okay. Okay, so just one action. All right. That's either a 14 or a 14.
It does not. Again, in fact, this one doesn't even deflect off anything. It just sails right past him. Eric.
Okay.
How far is he from the closest part of the ship?
He is getting closer now. I'm saying that the other 3 have done their things. They've pinged off him. He seems to be not like he's tanking this damage. It's clearly what you're doing to him. Well, what Cash and Javier did to him anyway is hurting him, but like is draining his strength. But it doesn't seem to be stopping him. The Wakewyrm now, the baby Wakewyrm, appears to be sort of gathering itself. From your position, you can see its whole body is sort of coiling up, ready to spring at the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be hard to say, but it looks like he's going to try and damage your ship. Best way to damage a ship is take out its mast.
Cool. Do I have action and movement or just one thing?
One.
Yep. I'm going to use my action to call out Hope.
Do that.
Sorry, you didn't actually need to take that attack at recklessness because my guiding bolt already gave you advantage.
Did
I
the
think,
did the guiding
Cash-
bolt? Does the guiding bolt work for every attack or just the next one?
It's the next attack.
Cash got it.
Cash got it.
Oh, okay.
And it's why she hit.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you.
I forgot.
It did help. Don't worry.
Good.
You call out
Yes. Hope is going to appear partway down the mast towards them, so 30 feet. My feather kind of comes off of my face and floats down and then erupts into flame, and Hope is there where the feather was.
I
Very
don't
well.
think a candle will help.
Scott's features twist into a rictus of hate, and the monster beneath him seems to mirror this, and he beats the roar as... And he and the beast roar as one and dive straight over the rear aft castle of the salt spray, taking the central mast with them as it's like the thing hits the mast, crunches it into its mouth, and dives straight over.
Is that what I'm on?
It is very much the thing you are standing in.
No.
Vilnius, you can. The whole ship shudders. Eric, you are the thing you are in topples. You can make an athletics or acrobatics to sort of deal with that in some manner. You are a bird, though. So there's that. And the Wakewyrm dives over the other side. Scops is also worth noting is standing on its head, and as it goes under the water, he goes with it, and it doesn't seem to bother him particularly. It's like he's anchored there. The whole thing is deeply, deeply magical.
5 on my athletics check.
Yeah, no, not so great. So yeah, as the mast goes over, a whole mess of stuff happens. Both masts on her ship are fairly interconnected rope-wise. So lots of stuff just goes flying. A couple of spars drop to the deck. A couple of crewmen drop to the deck as well. The whole thing is just goes horribly, horribly wrong for an awful lot of people.
Wilhelm!
The Wakewyrm fluke splashes down into the bay on the other side of your ship. Vilnius is cranking the wheel over to starboard to bring one of the harpoons to bear, but it would seem that Scops isn't coming back for another round. Eric, you are falling.
Sure am.
What do you do?
This is about as elegant as most of my aerial dances go. I want to try... I put my wings out and at least try to direct my fall onto the deck of the ship, even if I do take a crash landing.
Gonna take a little bit of falling damage, I'm afraid, because you do not stack the landing. Fortunately, it's only a 4 points of falling damage. And you stagger to the deck and go to one knee. Do you utilize hope at all?
In my flight.
Yeah. Okay. So hope is there. But yeah. You make it down. And the crew, like everybody's manned guns, the ship is moving relatively slowly at this point. It had already been slowed down, and losing a mast is a fairly major thing. Vilnius says, "Cut those lines loose. It'll act as a sea anchor. Slow us down." He loses that second mast. So you're going purely off the foremast. And says, "Now find me that beastie." And he slowly brings the boat about. However, Scops does not appear up for round 3. Congratulations.
That's downright cowardly.
He's running away.
Kesh, if you happen to look that way with that comment, you see the doors of the gate of the cove close again.
Oh, God damn it. Well, I guess we have to go over there and wrap this up.
Let's do it.
Vilnius
What about the
says,
people in the ship?
yeah, Vilnius says, "Mate, I don't think we're ready for round 3, not against a fortified settlement.
Ah.
How about, we've taken out his ship. He's not going anywhere. And he can't, if he could take that thing a long way away, he would. So, we know where he is, and he can't leave it yet.
Right.
Got a few days. And I suggest we repair back to the port. Get you a bigger ship."
Yes, I think we are in need of a bigger boat.
Set it up,
And a
you
big drink.
knock 'em down.
What do you want to loot the ship?
The bits of the thorn mail are pretty much still around you. You never made much headway away from it. Vilnius says, "I can take you back to it." You are welcome.
Can we see any survivors?
You can see you can see 2 or 3 swimming back towards the cove. You can see a couple of bodies floating in the water, and Javier, make me a. I'm going to say this is medicine check. Yeah, you can see a couple of dead bodies floating in the water. You can also see an unconscious one
far
on
away?
some debris. Within 30, 40 feet, you can tell Vilnius to steer towards it, though.
Yeah, tell him to steer here. Steer towards. There's one still alive over here. Look, it could be useful.
Cast the nets over the side.
Yes, let's ask him lots of questions.
Very well. Yeah, there's a luma in the water. He looks like a small...
As before,
songbird.
wait.
Young Michael?
So
it's not Michael.
what I'm gonna tell you is what Javier wants to do is when he gets close, is to dive off
Yep.
with head 1st as if to like stab him with my pawns,
Oh. Jesus.
but just to look like he's just diving into the water.
The unconscious body.
Yeah, like I was like, don't worry, I'll save him.
What?
So,
To what intent? To what goal? Your horns would not be a Deodand.
If I snapped it off.
At that 19, I would say both of those bodies. One of those bodies was clearly shot. The other
Yeah.
one, however, looks like it was just knocked down and it's floating face down, but it doesn't appear to be damaged at all.
Right. So what would stop my antlers from becoming Deodans?
Because they're attached to you. This is very much your action.
Okay.
However,
Fair.
drowning
Yeah.
is the water is doing the killing.
Fair enough.
The water in the lungs of the person who is floating face down.
Ooh, that's fair. I was thinking I was just going to do something to that effect.
You're
but
just
yeah.
going to kill a guy by diving
Yeah.
on him. No, that is
Yeah.
your antler would not be a Deodan.
Uh-huh.
That would be cool.
What she wants to
That would
do,
be
she
great.
did express that the Deodan would be destroyed by the spell.
Yeah, that's fine. My horns grow back.
Yeah, oh, okay.
The whole point was to be like, it could, I could just choke him with it.
There is a dead body that was killed by drowning in the water. My
Well,
advice
no,
is take that, but someone is going to have to go get it.
I will go down because I don't want it to be water, and I wouldn't think that about the water. I would actually still like to jump in to like help him get in, but I'm going to I'm going to shove. I'm going to shove like a piece of the cloth that I have with me into his mouth.
Again, this is all actions. Someone,
Really?
a being is taking. A Deodan is, if you slip on some water on a paving slab and you die.
Fine.
If you take any action at all, it robs the thing of its power.
Bugger.
You
Okay,
can't
all right.
cause it to happen. That's the point. If a
Well,
human is causing it to happen, then it's not a Deodan.
I'm not a human.
It's
It's
murder.
Seven, you know.
Like, technically, I didn't kill him. The cloth I rammed down his throat did. It's
That's what I was thinking.
like, well, as far as the court's concerned.
Yeah, all
I
right,
have
all right.
provided you a Deodan. Take it.
While Javier,
I was gonna make it my own.
while Javier is battling with the ethics of murder,
I
I
battling
body.
I
battle.
would like to scan around to see if I can see any of our crew that have fallen overboard.
Yes. Make a perception check, please. Javier dives in, retrieves the dead body and the living one. Nets
Cool.
are thrown over the side to help you get back up. Eric, yeah, it doesn't look like you've lost any overboard, though a couple have been obviously, several were injured by falling debris, and one by falling from the crow's nest, or he would be in the rigging.
Dead or injured?
There'll be there is about 5 or 6 dead from the battle. The rest are injured.
All right. I'm gonna go around trying to mend people with the injured. Then.
Yeah, you do that. They are grateful. Javier gets the bodies back on board. Arthur, I presume, is a boat and helps.
Yes. I think
Well, we still
I was
have
still on top
water
of him
walk.
when he jumped over.
You do. Yeah, Javier dives off the edge of the boat and lands.
I don't have. It's concentration. It's gone and it only lasts an hour.
Okay.
Ah.
Sorry. Sorry.
You get both bodies, then you cast it, and you just stand up.
Yeah.
Walk
Here.
back. Take these.
Super
Yeah.
easy. Haha.
Kesh will like do some rudimentary resuscitation on the one that's alive, like roll him on his side and smack him on the back.
No, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay.
No, no, you don't. As soon as Javier gets up, he's emptying his water skein, and he's like, he just needs a bit of water, and do the exact opposite, and like turn him on his side, and like get him to.
Why are you so fixated on murdering this guy?
Oh wait, no, the murder. Sorry, I meant the dead guy.
Oh,
I'm ignoring the dead guy.
Trying to say that she's trying to
Dead
help
guy
the
is
living
not
one.
yours.
Yeah.
The one that's still
Sorry,
alive
sorry.
probably would like to
Oh my
breathe
god,
air.
I'm so. I'm.
I thought you
my
were going
brain.
to try and drown the
You're
guy.
like, what are you doing? Stop
It's
it!
like, why are you waterboarding
I already said. No, you fine. I'll be like, maybe this guy is still alive. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm doctor, I know.
So Cash does CPR on the guy that can be saved, and you do CPR on the guy that can't.
I spare the dying the other guy as well, so he stops. Actually, can I cast water walk? No, that doesn't work on. No, it doesn't do that.
He just coughs up the water.
Yeah, I was like, you cast water walk, and isn't it like if
His
you're at the
lungs
bottom of
can
the
walk
water?
on water now. No. Yeah, you successfully drain the water out of his lungs into your water pouch.
Perfect.
Love it. You have shape water? That would be perfect. No. Never mind. One way or the other. You get it out. I'll let your 19 medicine check carry over. Cool. Yeah, a bit of rudimentary repairs are done to the thorn mail, to the salt spray. It's no saving the thorn mail. Did you go back to loot it a bit? Or are you just going to bugger off?
Can we see anything like a chest floating in the water?
No, not so much. But the rear half of the ship is still fairly buoyant. And Scott's quarters would be in the aft castle.
What do you say, Goose Boy?
Javier is busy, I will say, acquiring his Daedan, but Arthur and Kesh are not super busy. Arthur particularly, who's...
Hi, Major, don't worry about that guy. I'm pretty sure he's dead. There's loot in that ship. Do you want to, good old times?
Oh, sod it.
Chief, I can take over here. You go with Arthur.
Great. You keep this one alive so he can tell us everything he knows. And Arthur, let's go get us some presents.
Very well. You do that. Kesh and Arthur, I'm going to say you make your way over. Vilnius brings his wounded vessel into the ship he killed, and you jump over. Arthur, you cut a very dashing figure swinging from what remains of the rigging of the salt spray onto the rear half of this ship. It is rocky. You've got maybe 2-3 minutes before it goes under. Make investigation checks, both of you.
Major, I reckon we could have been really good pirates.
Really? I'm glad he got a good investigation because I only got
he
names.
probably would be a good pirate. Arthur's somewhere he's acquired a big red sash around his middle. And Kesh is like looking. Kesh, you find a whole bunch of maps and charts and stuff. You would probably be able to constitute a navigation kit. Navigator's supplies, navigator's tools.
Excellent.
However, I don't know if you're proficient with them, but you can still get them. So you get a.
I'm sure someone on the boat is.
They're also worth like 20 gold pieces or whatever.
Excellent.
And,
I stuff
you
them down
happen
my
to know
shirt.
somebody who specializes in selling that kind of shit. And then you look up, and Arthur has overturned, presumably, the captain's bed, and underneath it is a chest. It is locked, but Arthur, you can probably, Arthur is like, I think we've got what we came for, Major.
Excellent. I think the ship is sinking. We should probably go.
Yes, we have a pirate captain's chest.
I will.
We're just living out your fantasies now, aren't we?
There's just a jar of dirt.
Pirates are just the romantic versions of bandits, and it's always been the much better preference to be.
Very well, you do that. Yeah, you
We're
make
We're
your way.
reformed, Arthur. We're reformed. Let's go.
Yeah. We can be privateers. We can be privateers instead of pirates.
Having read Arthur's backstory, yeah, he is extremely reformed. From what he was, oh my god. Heck, joining the Bandit Coalition was reforming for Arthur. So yeah, you guys make your way back to Saltar's Point. I'm just gonna cut to that. It does take about a day and a half to get there.
Okay.
It's a
So
bit
we've
of
got-
a.
We got like 3 days.
Yeah, it takes a little while because you get there by nightfall of the day after the one you're currently on. Spitfire just fell off the top of my computer, and the model I have yet to paint. The Spitfire, and it's been up there for years. It's so warm, the blue tack melted. Okay,
It's
you
trying
get
to
back.
tell you something.
Yes. You get back to Saltar's Point, and you limp back into port the following evening to somewhat muted applause. I'll be honest. But there is applause. Like a crowd has joined together on the dock to watch you come in. The logic being that if you you've taken some damage, which means you've clearly met something, and you survive to tell the tale. You don't fight a Wakewyrm and survive, so you must have won, right? Is the logic. As you get back, you see Captain Timbale is standing on the dock waiting for you. Big smile on his Vulpin face. How did it go?
Well, we have good news and we've got bad news.
If
Which would
that's
you
the
like
case,
first?
maybe we should do this elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
he-
a good idea.
The heroes have returned! And he says, come with me.
Sorry, real quick footnote.
Retcon on the dude that you managed to save?
No. Well, not retcon, but Hope would have come away after battle was not a thing,
Yeah.
and I would have had a word to the captain to ask him if they noticed anything, to ask him for the crew to keep that hush.
Yeah. If you even noticed that, like, by the time you realized, there was so much confusion. I'm not actually sure
I could have gotten away with
anyone
it.
would have noticed, to be honest. I'll tell you what, I'll make a group perception check for the crew. An 8. No, they didn't notice.
Great.
You didn't see anything.
Non hai visto niente.
Mm.
Cool. The only Italian phrase I know. Right. Yeah. You head up to the Coast Guard's headquarters, and Timbale brings you in and says, "Let's go. Bad news."
The bad news is the worm is still a problem.
But there's good news, right?
The good news is we've worked out what's
Worms.
going on and we technically have a way to resolve it.
That's pretty good news.
So we find the worm and it's big and scary and it goes to kill us. But Eric here pulls off a nifty trick where he manages to talk to it and penetrate its wormy brain enough to get it to like calm down a little bit. So you said it was female. It had
Right.
a baby, and somebody liberated it of its baby against its will, which is why it's so
right.
angry.
Oh
So-
God! It's Scots,
So-
isn't it? It's Scots, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Scops. Scops took the baby. He's got it in the cove. He
In
appears to
the
have-
cove,
Yes, he's got it in the cove.
Hideswell
he's-
Cove.
Yes.
And
he's
Vilnius
built
has, I'm going to say Vilnius has come with you. Vilnius says, yeah, Tideswell Cove. He seems to have re-inhabited it.
He's built like
Yeah.
a gate sort of thing to keep it in there. He's got some level of control over it with magic. But we did sink his ship, so he's a little pissed off at us, but he doesn't have a ship. So
But
he
he
is
does
trapped
have a
here.
baby Wakewyrm.
He does have a baby Wakewyrm, yes, that we would like to not kill because our entire plan hinges. Because the reason Mama Worm didn't kill us is because we told her we would get the baby back. So we
Right.
need to extract the baby within. We have 5 moons, was it, Eric?
She
Yes.
gave us 5 nights.
Yep, and we've used 2, so we have 3 nights to get the babies released, and then she
Right.
won't kill anybody. On the downside, slopes might kill some of us. So
You
the
sunk
short
his
version
ship?
is we sunk his ship, so he's a little angry.
We have one of his crew.
We do. So technically, we can ask them a whole lot of questions and preferably get all the big boats we got and head over to the cove and blow the bejeebus out of them, free the baby worm, and then everything is fine.
May I
Technically,
suggest,
theoretically.
very well. Sounds great. The Coast Guard is not a particularly large organization. You've already had the best ship I've got.
It needs some repair.
Yeah, it needs a bit of work. You guys aren't easy on those things. I'm glad you brought it back at all, Vilnius. I wouldn't let it go down without a fight. She did well. She did, and that's no judgment on you at all, Commander. Perhaps, if you've got one of his crew, that individual could give us a bit of hint on how else we might approach it.
Maybe. He hasn't been very talkative thus far, so we'll have to see how we go.
Very well.
But I will confess, getting information out of people is not one of my strong suits, unless they're susceptible to being asked nicely.
I could have a talk to him.
Javi's a lot more intimidating than me.
There. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, he says, well, enjoy your evening in port. If you... I can have a ship take you there, but I'd suggest possibly you're finding an alternate route into the cove. It's on land. You can go in by land. He's probably set to defend himself from sea.
Right. So if we actually go via land, we might get the element of surprise that we would otherwise be lacking.
You're going to want to go soon, Major.
ASAP. We don't have much time to resolve this, unfortunately. Like, Eric was on the right track. He asked for 10 nights. She only gave us 5. And we
The
didn't
fact that the
really
animal
feel
even
like we could
understands.
negotiate.
Yeah.
Well, tides and such. I imagine it has a basic awareness of the moons and whatnot.
All right then.
But
Well,
I didn't talk to it, so really, Eric's the one to ask how
No.
much it understands.
Well,
It
Master
took some
Eric.
convincing.
How likely is it that it actually can't count?
Oh.
I got the impression from our link that it understood it to be 5 nights as we understand it.
Understand. Good. Well, then you guys have 3.
Yes.
Again, the resources of the Coast Guard are at your disposal. But as I say, we are not a large organization. You've already... Vilnius, how many did we lose? 5, sure. Master Eric here was able to restore one that we were worried we wouldn't be able to shave. Well, we are in your debt, Eric. And all of you. Even just taking out the thorn mail. I would tell you as well, if it's Scott's, there is a reward for his... Well, either capture or I would accept his head. 500 gold pieces. Quite aside from anything you get from dealing with the worm.
Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. I feel like Arthur might like to cut his head off. How are you feeling about that, Arthur?
Which pays more?
I am prepared to make no distinction between...
Dead or alive?
You cutting his head off really just robs me of the pleasure.
Well, we'll play it by ear in that case.
I can't imagine he'll be easy to take, so
No.
do what
he's
is
a bit of a
necessary.
canny bastard.
Yes.
What do you know of Scops's abilities? We saw him seem to have control over the beast, but is there anything else that we should know about?
I've heard he has some capacity for controlling animals, but this is orders of magnitude more. You'd have to ask around about him.
Something
He's-
about his eye.
Yes,
Yes.
I have heard that. It glows, perhaps?
And it grew brighter.
Hmm.
Magical ability, perhaps he's getting stronger.
Right.
He's been a
then.
problem for years, that's why the bounty's so high.
Hmm. Well, hopefully we can kill two birds with one stone.
I'll be honest, I want to be clear, Major, we didn't realize he'd come back. No. I've only seen his ship recently. He'd been off. That's why we didn't know Tideswell Cove had been re-inhabited. He's never
may have been
operated out
off-
of there before, but he's gone and bothered another coast for a while.
He may have been looking for a worm.
All this power.
This is true. Well,
Hmm.
if there's any more information I can give you, I'm afraid I don't know much about the man. Last time he was a problem, I was not in command.
Or maybe his constituent could help us.
Yes.
Exactly.
You'll have to do your best intimidating glare at him.
I also have magic.
Oh, or that. I'm not fussed, really. Either or.
What are
Sure.
you talking about? I'm as friendly as.
You're so friendly that people just want to tell you things, Javier, and I like that about you.
What do you want to tell me, Kesh? You want to tell me something?
I hate pickles.
Why?
They taste funny.
So does clowns.
Majors, could I prevail upon you to have this conversation outside? I'm a busy man.
Sorry, he does that staring thing.
Come, mateys, I'll buy you a round at the Fisherman's Basket. Vilnius, and we'll raise a tankard to our honored dead. Vilnius leads you out. Javier, deck safe, please.
What?
Classic.
Nice. Javier, I don't know, maybe you're getting good at dodging paper planes, but this one... yes. Javier, you are... Vilnius leads the way out. Javier is last out the door, and just as he passes through the door, a paper plane whoops past your face. You dodge out of the way and grab it from the air. Yeah, with a pair of chopsticks. Do you read it? I would say with a 16, you were quick enough that no one spotted it.
No,
It's a really quick. It looks like it was scrawled quickly. It says, "Good news, same place. Hurry. You'd better have a deodand by now." It's not even signed GM, but probably safe bet who it's from.
I wonder who threw this.
It's also worthy to note indoors. You are in in the outer office of the Coast Guard.
I just rolled an intelligence check. Don't worry, I'm kidding. All right, cool. So, yeah, he would kind of crunch it up and just kind of, put it in his pocket or something. And so we're currently leading. Where are we going now?
To the Fisherman's Basket for a drink.
To the Fisherman's Basket for a drink. I would. Ooh. I would say friends.
I'm not feeling up to a drink right now. I don't know. Something's come over me. I'm not. I think I need to stare at sea for a while. Like, that was my first trip out to bay and I just not.
I
feeling-
would like to make an insight check to see if this is related to Javier's guy.
Stare out at sea. We've just been at the sea.
Yes, I know, but it's. I
Oh.
just-
Eric, it
Oof.
might be. I'm not going to say for definite. You only beat it by one, but it's certainly a maybe.
I'm gonna meet Javier's stare for a little while.
Ooh.
And then I'm gonna look at the others and say, well, whenever Javier's wanted to take his time, it's been meaningful. So let's leave him to it then.
Okay, well, good luck with your looking at the ocean. You know where to find
I'll
us.
join you later. Don't worry, I'll be there.
Okay. See ya.
If you need help, do one of those really loud servant yells.
Yes,
The scary one.
my
Very
s-
freaky ones.
my specialty.
Mm.
But just have one on me.
Okay.
Javier, I'm going to presume that you go up to the Wanderer's Rest or whatever I called it. I can't remember. The other inn. The inn that you went to last time.
Yes.
And you head in up the back. You make a right, and you find the same person sitting there in the back.
It's running late. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just frustrated because I can't find the name of the blasted inn, but never mind. And yeah, you. There it is. There it is. There it is. Southern Cross. Yeah, you go into the Southern Cross. You go up the back. There is a cloaked figure. The face of Glinda Nightseed sticks out from underneath it, and she looks at you and says, "You must go. I've found the solution to your little problem."
Like, go tomorrow. The next.
We
day
must go now.
But we've got like a worm. There's like a thing. It's.
Ah, I see. Well, if that's important, I can't guarantee
Wait,
this will
wait,
still be
wait,
the
wait,
situation. It'll be. This is a
Is
now
it-
thing.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is
Yes,
the thing?
this is a now thing, though.
Okay, I brought deodand. It is water from a dead man's mouth. You drown,
Oh,
see.
very good. Congratulations. Well found.
Well,
Hard to get, aren't they?
there was little option.
The trick is, you can't make it happen. You just have to be in the right place at the right time. You're honing
So
your
I could
death
call-
sense. Well done.
Okay.
Very well.
I just
Do you have anything you need to do before we go? We will be gone several days.
I just need to set my affairs in order. Yes. It
I'll
won't
s-
take me long. It won't take me long.
I'll be here.
Okay.
Another.
And so I just quickly run back to where
You do that.
to meet up with a drink.
The hedge bartender, like you run past the hedge bartender carrying out a small port. And yeah, you go back to the fisherman's basket.
And I'm like, oh, where's my drink?
A tankard of ale is placed in your hand by Vilnius, and he stands next to you. Servant to servant makes meaningful eye contact in the manner of your people and says, "To our honored dead," and toasts with you. Frost.
I
Ross.
Knocks it back.
toast my mocktail.
I toast my cranberry juice.
Ah, good boy, Arthur.
Shots for everyone.
Shots fired! And a row of shots is brought out. And it's bad.
On me,
ticking
on
about.
me, on me, on me.
You lie on the bar, and the shots are lined up along the front, along top of you.
Look, it's been a rough day and rough week for us all, and I don't think this will be the end of it. I think we will come together again, and we will have a good time again. And I think we'll all remain friends for a very long time.
Why are you speaking like this?
Are we not friends?
Yes, we are, but you sound like you're about to die.
Yeah.
Who's
You okay?
dying? No one's dying. I am just saying that we're very lucky to be alive.
We're all
Very
dying.
Very lucky to be alive. And some of us luckier than others. And hopefully, we'll get to kill this pirate and Prost.
Crushed.
The DM is playing ominous music.
No, I'm someone in chat. I think it was you, Karen. You said AC/DC is blasting. I don't want. I just hit Avenous rock music. It's the only rock I've got on this playlist.
Okay.
This is the ambience in the Fisherman's Basket. That's all. Don't worry about it.
Okay, she's
Totally
doing a
not
shot.
foreshadowing anything.
To you.
I'm going to. Sorry.
Okay.
I want to look at Arthur. What's Arthur doing with his shot?
Arthur's staring at it very intently. He's like, everyone's drinking around me. And I drink with sailors and pirates. This is like my dream.
Eric still has his shot, and Eric is going to look at Arthur and position himself in such a way that Arthur can see, but the rest of the bar can't, that he's tossing his shot and pretending to drink it.
Arthur stares at it for a moment and then follows suit.
Aw.
Eric,
You're
you have
good, Mike.
advantage. Brendan,
Thank
you
you.
have inspiration.
Thank you.
Really lovely.
Arthur's gonna go sit next to Eric and clink his mocktail together with his.
And then he'll be like, so no, just my old windbag. I'm just just the sea got to me. It's just look, Eric. I don't
Javier?
know. I don't know who you are, but I think you're the goodest person I know.
Thank you.
No, I mean it. I've never met someone so fucking good.
You are one of the most empowering people that I've met. At every opportunity, you have done everything you can to support all of us. And that hasn't gone unnoticed.
You're all strong. Don't let you sell yourselves too short. But look, and even cash. I say that
Even
with the-
cash.
I say even cash because as much as you're a stick in the antler, you someone so small with a heart so big. Little mouse, roll like lion. Bark like dog.
The
Howl
tavern
like-
dog is just losing its shit at the rock music.
But keep that heart in a good place, and things will turn out right. We'll go far with your good heart. I know that. And Arthur, you piece of shit,
Yes. Yes.
you're the strongest person I know.
Nothing now.
Thank you.
Heaven itself could not, crush you with its weight. The gods would dare to oppose you.
I'm like Atlas, you know? I can hold the world's weight on my shoulders.
Yes, you absolutely could, you madman. But just make sure that you sharpen those harpoons and you preen those wings, because by God, if I, get to see you again fly, something I wish I could do, then my word, just stay sharp. Stay sharp. I'll be watching you grow from here.
Oh, well, I mean, we're gonna be... All turns out well. You'll see me fly in towards the battle that we're about to have with this Wakewyrm.
And I'll have you back the whole time.
I know it. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you. You've made an elk feel humble.
Oh.
Thank you.
You don't normally get this sentimental, Javier.
Oh, it's it's that time of the month, eh?
Is this a servant thing?
It's a look.
Not that I know of.
So yes, we should have some food and then go sleep before we have to go away again.
Very well. I'm gonna fast forward because it's getting late.
It's getting late, sorry.
And do you in fact all go to sleep?
Kesh does. Kesh has had a bit too much to drink.
I would like to make one more insight check to see if I can figure out what's going on.
Well,
I have
I'm
no
like
doubt.
walking away, like trying to.
I think Arthur's gonna bring Kesh somewhere to crash. But before he does, he'll just turn to Javier and say, "You are by far probably the oddest person I know. And I mean that in a very good way."
Oh, he's doing the staring thing.
And then I just slap his beak.
Oh, hit you in the face! Ah!
And then when his head's down, as you come up, my head meets yours like a
Headbutt.
yeah.
Yeah, Alpha leans into the headbutt. I like this. Yeah, it's like a handshake, but better.
Of course, this is what we
Handshake,
always
but
do.
significantly more aggressive.
Yeah.
Much more Arthur style.
When your horns grow in, then we'll have fight.
Oh, I would pay so much money to watch that.
Oh my god, pay so much money to have horns. Yeah.
Look, maybe I'll fashion you
Yes.
some.
You're scary enough as it is, Arthur. You got
But-
teeth, which, given you have a beak as well, is really overkill.
The tongue
I could
has
see
teeth.
you. I see you with horns, charging at the enemy, piercing them with you. There's nothing more satisfying. Ugh. Good night.
Right.
Good night, Javier. Sleep well.
Good night,
too.
Javier.
You too, Chief. You too.
I assume my 26 is enough to get an idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing deception and with a disadvantage.
Sure.
Oh, I mean,
Still 21 or a 14. Look, I'm actually going to put this on Lux. Lux, how much do you think he figures out?
no, I reckon. What I'm gonna say, like as I'm leaving, I'd imagine it like those two have gone to bed, but Eric's still like looking.
Stone
and
sober.
Yeah, stone sober, and I'm going to.
So, if I may, I think Eric would be loitering in the shadows because of the kind of Corvin he is,
Yes, absolutely.
and just waiting near the entrance to room to see
And
if you walk out.
okay, well, yeah. If I
walk out and you're there, I wouldn't try and hide it. I'd just be so. If I see you and I see you looking at me, I'd just be like, "Don't follow me."
Will you be back?
I think I might. I think my path leads somewhere like different right now.
Should I be worried?
If anything, you should be happy for me.
There's going to be a few moments of silence again of Eric just looking at Javier.
I pull out the diamond that we bought for the group.
You have two.
Yeah, I know, but is it just because you can cast Revivify?
You can
right?
revivify as well. Yeah.
We each got one diamond.
Yeah, we got one. I got the one. But I will be back, and there will be more of this. But this is the best I can do to make sure that nothing else happens.
If you'll be back, then you can bring that back with you. And I go over to him and I put his hand down and then I hug him.
I kind of like do the hover for a second, and then hug him. Like, you are much smarter than I am, wiser, and I hope nothing but the best happens from now on. I'll hopefully be back if you'll have me.
I wish you all the best. I look forward to seeing you and that diamond.
Thank you for being my friend.
Thank you for being mine.
Always, you little shit. And as my grandmother always. I love you. And then I leave.
I'm not giving you inspiration because you're going away for 2 weeks, but you'd otherwise have it.
Get out of here, you horny bastard.
Stop trying to one-up each other on nice things to say and go away. All right, we are going to wrap it up there, guys.
Sorry
I think
for
it's
that.
a good place to leave it.
Oh, my heart.
That was gorgeous. I think it would be a crime to not have favorite moments, but we will endeavor to go quickly. Guys, I'd like to thank Serum for his amazing work behind the scenes and Karen for all her love and support. I'd like to thank everybody who chucked us a cheeky little follow this evening, you bloody fucking legends, you. I saw a new sub as well. Thank you very much to that person as well. Splendid legends and all that such. Yes, we've got some lovely this stream-based emotes that you can get access to if you sub to us. So, we're going to do our favorite moments. It's what we do every week, because we like to acknowledge what each other did really well. We borrowed this from the Dreaded GM. Guys, who wants to go first? Hit me up with some favorite moments.
Where did my sheet go? Oh, my favorite moment. I remember a favorite moment from you, DM. I think you said the wool.
Once again, people just making fun of my misspeaking.
Sorry.
Yeah, the thorn mail toe that was made entirely of wild wool. Let's do Nikolai first. Let's talk about Nikolai. What did Nikolai do well? I think many things.
So many things, but just finding the time to get dressed up in appropriate piratical attire was pretty priceless.
My favorite was definitely the massaging Javier's neck.
The butt.
The butt sticking up in the air.
Oh.
But that was my flavor, so I'm not giving that one to Nikolai. But
And
yeah,
the-
that whole thing. Actually, you know what? My favorite moment was I said, "Hey, you can sacrifice your action to allow this to happen." You were like, "Abso-fucking-lutely, yes."
Moose
Um,
and goose.
being up for that was really, really cool.
Gotta take the moments of cool, right?
Yes. I've got a lot. I'm going to hold on to some in case others have them, but the one that kind of stuck with me was pirates are just a romantic version of bandits.
Yes.
And Arthur revealing his true dreams of wanting to be a pirate, I think is fantastic.
Favorite Arthur in reference to beheading. It's Scops, Skopps. Scops, which pays more? Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll cut his head off, but only if I get a bonus.
Yeah.
I loved
Lux.
double harpooning him. That was fun. That was
Yeah.
so cool.
I was like, all right then, 24, 25. I'm like, well, fuck. Yeah.
That was
Dice
another one of
wanted it.
mine.
That was a lot of fun.
Very, very cool. Harpoon slinging goodness. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Agreed, D-Rab. Lux, what do you reckon for Nikolai?
Oh, for Nick, I mean, of course, being on top of me was a great experience. But yeah, when I was like, "Can I throw you?" and you're like, "Yes."
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Arthur, have you heard the phrase "yes and"? Have I heard it? I am the living embodiment of that moment, of that phrase at this moment.
Just going on that shenanigans, fantastic. Thank you.
Omi, solid use of Rule 2. Well done. Rule 2 is from the other game. Rule 2 is one of Nevermore's dad's rules. Always double tap. Yeah, absolutely.
I also enjoyed Arthur being like, "Well, there's a sinking ship over there. We should loot it."
One more step
For
to
Actually-
pirate.
time's sake, you know.
A great Arthur moment was after Eric had initiated the combat, where Arthur had made a comment to everyone of, Eric, you're doing great. Javier, be menacing. Cash, you do. That was a very cool moment
Yeah.
of him kind of taking charge and encouraging everyone.
Yeah.
And then just going ham on harpoons. Was
Very good.
a great moment.
Alrighty, let's talk about somebody else. Karen, what was good about Karen today? What was good about Cash?
Oh yeah.
Kesh did a great job at leading the parlay with Scops. I mean, it was very clear to Brendan that Scops just wasn't having it, and he had triggered Eric, so that's why it was interrupted. But Cash and Karen were legitimately doing a really great job of leading that interaction, I felt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right up until someone electrocuted the shit.
It's like, oh, all right then. Yeah, sure. I'm
All
I'm
part
up
of
for a
the plan.
rumble as well.
No, if I was going to say what my favorite moment was, it was when he did that. I'm like, I didn't authorize that, but you should take it as a warning.
Yeah.
I loved Kesh's absolute fail of an intimidation check, like the 5 on the intimidation, because it's like this weird dichotomy of Kesh, like when she's trying to be intimidating, it doesn't work, but then she absolutely like peppers people with bullets, with arrows, and just like lays chaos everywhere.
Kesh is a ranger. They're good at one thing, and as long as Kesh is doing it, she's very good. Yeah. BP's here.
A
Kesh,
particular
trying
set of
not to be a
skills.
murder hobo and keeping the team on track. Yeah, absolutely. That's basically Kesh's whole job. You got to suspect that maybe the people who assembled this team had a fair idea of the different people they were assembling. And Javier.
No one really.
No
knows
one
what
could
they're
really
getting
have
into with
expected
having
that
it.
one. I certainly didn't. Lux, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when everyone says everything because it's
Oh, I'm
so
sorry.
good. No, it's so good. I'm like, oh man. So when you
I'm just imagining how, like, when we do all these ridiculous shit, what Kesh is doing. Like, every time that we say we do some ridiculous shit, I imagine, like, what is Kesh like? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, all the time. Like, are you okay? Like, guys, please. So, every time I have your voice in the back of my head when I do anything dumb shit. So.
Like, Cash is gonna judge me for this.
Just, hey, Kesh, are you watching? Are you watching?
Oh no!
Look, Mum, no hands. Yeah. You cut his hands off. Why?
Exactly.
My favorite Cash was the drunk at the end. I really enjoyed it. Particularly because I know exactly what Karen's like when drunk. And I'm imagining that Cash and Karen have a similar alcohol threshold. It's not big. Spoilers. She's fun,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Just gonna
Look,
say that, Josh.
When
Yeah.
you're forced to give up alcohol for a while, your tolerance is shot to shit.
And it was never great to begin with.
No,
Anyway.
I didn't have much to start with, and the whole you're not allowed to drink for 6 months really ruined what was tenaciously good. Okay,
Alrighty.
poor Brandon.
Yeah, let us talk about Brendan. Brendan had some corkers. Brendan, what do you think you did well as Eric?
Eric was battling with a lot of internal stuff, which there may be opportunity to discuss some of that in the coming sessions.
The new idea about the one shot over on roll for damage, actually.
Great. There's a lot. I think I will say the thing that I'm confident no one else will say, that I had written a note for myself from the end of last session to say, make sure you chat to the captain about...
Damn you, that was going to be my favorite moment. Yeah. About Miriam.
Yes, about Miriam. I had caught it at the time, and it just, for whatever reason, didn't feel appropriate. But yeah.
One of my favorite little me moments was the dropping that she was a Corvum, and the look on your face when I did. You were like, fuck. Like, there's more than one Corvum family in Brackenmill, but shadow something. I don't know. Yeah. My favorite Brendan moment, I'm gonna go in there first. My favorite Eric moment was the moment I gave you inspiration for. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was solid, and it must have been good because I gave you inspiration.
It was the shots.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
was
it. It was the, hey, I got you back, fellow alcohol-free buddy. Yeah. I thoroughly endorse anybody supporting somebody trying to get on the wagon. As a sort of recovering alcoholic, yeah, I completely endorse that. Might have been what inspired the inspiration.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I was actually gonna have like Arthur do a wisdom saving throw, and if he'd failed, he would have just like fell off probably. But Eric was there as a friend. That was a really lovely, tender moment.
Yeah.
You guys all having lovely tender moments, and Cash is like, I'm gonna get wasted.
Woo!
Cash is getting white girl wasted.
Cash is up on the bar, like swinging Arthur's red sash around her head.
Yeah, I think we did see tender Eric today.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. Which was like very different as well, because Eric was the one that kind of kicked off the combat, which I think is gonna be because Arthur definitely wants to have a chat about that because it's very un-Eric like. But yeah, that was interesting. A lot of cool Eric moments.
Cash is getting Bean wasted. I want to be clear, Bishop Blood. Karen is not that kind of drunk. Karen is a sleepy drunk.
Yeah, I'm so much fun at parties, you guys.
Yeah.
I get really cheerful and slightly uncoordinated, and then I fall asleep in the corner.
Perfect.
Lux, have any to add for Karen?
We're doing Brendan.
Oh, Brendan, sorry. And Brendan.
And Brendan.
We're doing everyone. Everyone's doing everyone. Yeah. I like that. I like that he was. He kept, trying to insight Javier, and understanding, doing the little like, I get it, but that was nice. Like, he didn't expect it. He fully expected like someone to be like, "What's going on? We hate you." Actually, like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're doing something sus. We're gonna kill you. You never had friends before, so thank you, Eric.
And Eric only knew to do that because Javier had spoken to him last session about having a guy. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have occurred to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was appreciated.
Oh.
He got a bit flustered, so it was good to have like a backup
Buddy.
man, a wingman.
I really loved, like, it's kind of my favorite Javier and Eric moment, really. It's a combo moment. That farewell where Eric's like waiting and Javier's like, "Don't follow me." And Eric's like, and then this just turns into this beautiful, sweet, wholesome goodbye between these two friends. And it's like, "My grandmother said," and I'm waiting for, like, shit on your enemies sandwiches or whatever. And it's like, "I love you." And I'm like, "Oh, my heart, I can't."
Oh, it's much worse. He and the pause as well, and this is actually going to be my favorite Lux moment, which we'll go to now because we're there, was the pause right before it. Your timing is excellent because he was like, "Was my grandmother always says," and there's this like, it looked like you were thinking of another Russian phrase to say, because it took just a little too long. I was like, he's thinking of the exact Russian phrase to say, and he's like, "I love you." I'm like, "Oh, you fucker." Excellently work. Excellent work.
Good. You got it so good.
Yeah.
I was
very good.
To stop. I was so I don't know what happened to me this session. I feel like I had a stroke. It started with the recap, and I just continued. Like, you'd say things, I'd be like, "Yo, what is that?" Like, doesn't make sense, Lux. That already happened. Don't. Where are you right now? I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm going. Oh no!" And so I apologize for taking so much screen time to say bullshit.
Well, I mean, first of all, I disagree. But secondly, if it needed those stroke moments to lead to that crystallized moment of wholesomeness, then I think it was worth it. Yeah, I actually found myself writing a lot of moments for Javier, and then the "I love you" happened for the exact reasons that Josh said, and I was like, well, that's it. You literally made me cry. But look, to expand from that, the pre-goodbyes, the Javier trying to take control of when he was saying goodbyes. Yes.
Everyone drink. Don't worry.
I like to imagine those conversations were happening as you were laid out on the bar with the shots on you.
You mean so much to me. This doesn't mean anything. Nothing's happening. Stay calm.
It's like we're just having a friendly, like, celebratory drinks, and Javier's like, "And now the world is ending, so drink up."
Like,
Javier is also
blown up tomorrow. What gives?
Javier is also a Jerbine drunk.
He's an emotional drunk.
BB's here. Eric, as others have said, the moment at the end with Javier was really nice and unexpectedly starting the fight as well. Javier, so many moments, but saving the drowned shipmate, so awesome.
Look,
Nikolai?
I wanted to save him, but
So
kill him.
The entire like combat with Alpha and Javier sort of like backing each other up was like the fact that Alpha kept passing his and Javier kept failing was funny.
At disadvantage in his head.
I'd written down one which was when Kesh went to resuscitate one of the pirates, and Javier's just like, no.
I'd imagine it
But,
like sorry to go.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, like, if I don't redact me actually forgetting which body, it was Javier being like, which one is dead?
Which one was it? I can't remember.
I need it. Yeah. And so you're like resuscitating this, like, I think it's the dead person. I'm like, the water, the water. And so I'm like, no. Staying alive. And then, yeah, continue.
Oh, so good. And like my favorite was the headbutt with Arthur. That was a really cute moment. I really liked that.
Oh, I did another quick surprising comedy moment. You were talking about giving the ship buttholes and then the throat singing and adding butthole into that was great.
Butthole. Yeah. Karen, you good?
Yeah, I kind of rolled my Javier moment into my favorite
Thank you.
Eric moment. But Javier's generally just really fun character to be around, and just I'm gonna miss him while you're away.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Josh is not able to be here. Lux is not able to be here next week or the week after, so we will be having a special guest. So
Which
come
is
back
cool,
and stick around.
but-
Yeah, very cool. And they will be playing an NPC that we've already met as well, which is also super exciting. We will be, and I will announce this because it's fun, Daria from the Eldritch Scribe will be joining us for the next 2 Thursdays for the last 2 eps of the season, and then there will be more coming up as well. Very well. Well, look, we could quickly do DM favorite moments and then proceed to other stuff. Please.
The surprise phase 2 with fucking Scops. That was
Coming back on the
so
web.
cool.
So good. I'm like, yeah,
So
we'll just pull
cool.
him in. Oh, of course.
Just really mean, and he's not on the end. I'm like, of course he's not on the end.
Of
Of course he's cut himself free and is now,
The timing of that was actually brilliant. That you waited for the boys to try to pull him in before revealing that, and the way that you had kind of hinted at the opening of the gate, and I was thinking, oh, it's escaped, brilliant, and then having Scott just rise up was a fantastic, very cinematic moment.
Yeah.
Jumping on that, when you said the noises stopped right after we broke through I was like, did we just fucking kill the worm?
Was it in the boat?
Did we just kill the
Jesus.
worm?
Ah,
I was like, what? No! And that was a great twist though, but then also destroying the boat. Fucking good.
Whoops.
Well, yeah.
No, it would have been mean of me because it was technically Vilnius that did that. So I was like, whoops, you did that, and I gave you no choice in the matter. Yeah, no. There's railroading, and then there's that. I think I was quite happy with that. I was really glad that we did get to have a ship fight. Like obviously I can control that, but yeah, I wrote today's session really fast as well. I sat down this morning, was like, I know exactly what's going to happen. I did it in under 2.5 hours. Normally it takes me like 4 or 5. But today I was just like, no, I know this one. This is all good. There was a lot as well because we've been running over. But yeah, my favorite moment would be figuring out how to write out Javier, actually. Getting that in and,
So much time. I was like, oh no, there's already a lot to do.
No, I'm glad we played it out though. I really am, because it was we are getting to this point now where we're invested in these characters, the point where tears can happen because it matters. My favorite session moment. Other people can tell me now.
well, do you have something, Karen?
I was trying to think about it, and I was just like, you know what? The surprise Jack Sparrow impersonation.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. The minus points. Savvy.
Yeah.
I heard it as Barbosa.
Yeah, I was aiming more for Barbosa.
Well, I think it started Barbosa and then just kind of slid sideways.
It's hard to do one or the other, yeah.
Yeah.
Scott seems like a very cool character. I'm very sorry for you that we will be murdering him immediately.
No. He is, unfortunately, he is like I make sure my villains have a reason. He has a reason. There is, however, no negotiating with his reason. I'll tell you for free. You are gonna have to kill this guy. He's not a Kral. Kral, brilliant villain, completely opposed to you for an excellent and very logical reason. Yeah, there was no solution there, but yeah, didn't necessarily want to kill him. This obviously is the other party, but yeah, this guy is there's really only one final solution. But yeah, Scops is really cool. I like what he has become in my head.
Look, hopefully we can have like a little verbal sparring match before we inevitably murder him.
Before the lightning falls on him again.
Yeah,
I do
insane.
apologize. Like when he's coming out of the water, I just imagine him being like,
Nope.
"Aha! I'm gonna get shush, shush, shush,
Zap,
shush,
zap.
shush."
That was.
I'd only written 2 sentences. It wasn't a monologue.
Aha!
Yes,
you think
Josh.
you bested me?
Josh trying as hard as he could to get it out.
Like, no, fuck you. You can do your thing.
Javier casting interrupt monologue. Yeah.
Stop monologuing.
Even
Smite.
worse, I was teaching this afternoon, and they were entertaining the children in the waiting room with The Incredibles, as well at the time. I was like, I saw the scene about, and he started monologuing. I'm like, oh no, am I doing that? No, it's 2 fucking lines. It is, however, pre-prepared. All right. Have I been flattered enough?
You know.
Cool.
The only other thing I would add on to what we kind of already were saying is it was a great demonstration of DMs repurposing their material that they were expecting to use elsewhere. So great job in that.
Thank you. And I will use this tiny space while we're still online to say, no, honestly, thank you for working with the character of Javier and making this character / like whatever's going on actually makes sense in this world, because it's like not like everyone's like, oh, Humlewood, fire and things, and I'm like, yeah, he's necromancy. How's that work? How about?
Well, this is it. We're building now because the Humlewood story is over. We've done the book, so now we're building on the world. And maybe when book 2 comes out, I'll work that material in. Maybe that will be what happens to these guys in the future. But I have an arc in mind, and if that ties into Javier's stuff, great. But we will definitely explore what happens to Javier while he goes away. It's some point in the future, quite possibly in early January, hopefully. We shall see.
Lich King. Javier.
Jesus.
No.
Lich Javier comes back. Here's your diamond.
Not level 5. Okay. So we are going
Wait. Is Javier's long-term goal to become a lich?
No.
Dude.
I thought he just wants to res his uncle. Okay, so we are going to go away from here now because we've been streaming for altogether far too long. We are so grateful to everybody who came and hung out with us in chat. Thanks so much for hanging out. BB's here. Omi, D-Rab, thanks so much. Those are just the ones I can see on the screen. Thank you to all our new followers. Falcon Wolf is our most recent follower. That's helpful.
Cool.
And yeah, we surpassed 150 followers yesterday, and yeah, we're building from there. Very exciting because we've only been going for like a month and a half. Actually, it's nearly 3 months now. Fuck, isn't it? It's episode 10. Yeah, good. It's still good growth. I'm still happy with it. Okay, guys, please tell me who the heck you are.
Who's going
let's
first?
Let's start with Brendan. We normally do.
Okay.
I'm Brendan Ellis, and when I'm not crying online, I am acting and directing and shitposting in Josh's other games as Brenza. I've got a fringe show coming up, so check out the link for Perth Playback Theatre.
Aaron, who the heck are you?
Hi, Hi, I'm Karen. You can follow me on Twitter as Mother of Bunnies to keep up with my various creative art slutty exploits. But if you love the D&D real hard, you can check out There Be Dragons. I believe our latest episode is dropping tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Which is called Das Boot, which is great. So yes, TB Dragons Cast on Twitter. And wherever good podcasts are found. I also have some other roleplay shit coming up. I'll be in Nikolai's Nocturne Nights for part 2, which is next Wednesday on Roll for Damage. And I'll also be back as V, who I know I've missed very much, in mid-December to do Hunt for the Blood Mage.
Cool.
On
Are you doing
Winter's
that on
Tale.
Winter's Tales? Sick.
It's gonna be
Excellent.
very cool,
Good.
guys. It's gonna be very cool.
And check
So
out
stay tuned.
Karen's film on the Facebook and the
On the
Instagram.
socials.
Follow, please. Dead Point over there.
I'll grab the shark, but there's a dog in the way.
Lux, who the heck are you, mate?
I am Lux Towns. I am a Perth-based actor. I do music theatre, such as Little Women, which is going up next week. I'm also doing 2 fringe shows, one of them which is taking me to Adelaide, and I'm going to play Jizzman. It's not. I'm not even kidding. It's called Disney and Drag, and I'm playing a parody of Jasmine. It's going to be Jizzman, and I'm going to make a lot of strap-on jokes and pegging jokes.
That is a whole new world.
Exactly. A whole new.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
It's a world new hole.
Hold your breath. It gets better. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. So come check me out in Fringe. And,
Nikolai, who the heck are you?
Follow that.
I'm not gonna try.
What big jokes are you gonna make,
I'm
Nikolai?
Nikolai Kravchenko, otherwise known as Cossack Nico Online. I will be DMing or finishing my DMing my 2-shot next Wednesday for Nocturne Nights. And I will also be appearing on Winter's Tales mid-December, reprising my role as horny teenage boy, Donnie Carbone.
And how exciting.
Will
And
the sexual tension rupture the screen?
it's very much one-sided. Madame and Monsieur, Dame und Herren and beings of indeterminate gender or persuasion, I am Josh the Pirate. If you like my face and voice tonight, you can find me here on Corsair's Cove on Thursday nights, where I DM the Humlewood at 8 p.m. AWST, or on Roll for Damage on Monday nights, next Monday only, because it's the season finale of Humlewood of Blocks and Fire, 8 p.m. AWST. Beyond that, you can find me over on Roll for Damage again on the 4th of December, Saturday the 4th of December at 5 p.m. AWST, where I will be DMing for their charity show. We are having a monstrous 48-hour charity stream for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. We are going to be having all of those people will be involved, and many, many more. Paradise Productions, Eldritch Scribe, Split the Party, Wooten Forge will actually be streaming. Aaron from Wooten Forge, Nelderberry in chat, will be DMing a game which I'm going to be playing in with D-Rab and Mitch and Rach, most of the Humblewood crew, and Axel. Axel Bebbington will be playing in that game as well. I will be DMing my own game on the 4th, and then playing in Nate's on the 5th. I'm also going to be playing with a couple of other people. Kevin from Dirty 20 Gaming, and Des from the Eldritch Scribe will be also DMing me, which is cool because I played with Des but never as a player. That's going to be an enormous. We've got giveaways and so forth for that one, and then there's more coming up for Corsair's Cove as well, including in 2 weeks' time we'll be having the Avatar crew back for their Wednesday night slot. Now, that one starts at 7 p.m., not 8 p.m. Be aware of that one. Okay. And also Face and Voice, Fringe, Paparotica, and There Be Dragons, Game Philspur, Mighty Pirate, Dragon Hurrah. Okay, we are now.
Words hard, makes sense. Time.
You can see how
Hey, pirate.
dumb Josh is.
Dodge Dragon, very small. I'm tired, man. Right, let's go and raid somebody. We have a choice between Carney Sideshow, who have 84 viewers, or
Oof.
Phoenix and Wacky, who have 24 viewers. Let's do, I think, Phoenix.
Yeah, let's go visit Phoenix.
Shit, I should mention that. I'm going to be playing on Phoenixy Wacky's series. I'm going to be playing on Phoenixy Wacky on Friday nights at 9 p.m. AWST, or I believe it's 10 p.m. Japan time. We're going to be playing a game of Dead Lands, I think it's called. It's a Wild West themed game, and will be alternate Fridays, starting not this Friday, but 2 Fridays from it. Here you go. That's going to be exciting as well. So we're going to rate them. Guys, throw up your favorite raid emotes in chat. Tell John where you came from. Show him the love, as we always do. And we will see you next time here on Corsair's Cove. Guys, say goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everybody.